What kind of beast taming is this? It's like killing me. Don't hesitate, act fast. What should I do? Never mind. Fight. Roar. This. What's the situation? Why did you back off? And what's with the puzzled look on the face? Don't be in a daze, now rush over and hold its tail. Yes. What should I do next? Hold tight, regardless of its movements. Yes. Passed out. When I was fighting it, this lava beast was so fierce that it wanted to tear me to pieces. How? Put your head out, he doesn't bite, but backs up, hold the tail, and this is what happens? Alright, bring it ashore. There. Make it submit. If you agree, help it break through its current cultivation base, and die if you don't agree. Yes. You heard it too, now there are only two ways. Tame the breakthrough or die. Did you agree? You've seen beast taming before, but never so fast. This is a supreme savage beast. To submit to a human at once is, / it's too simple if it's so easy to tame beasts. Can I be certified as a beast tamer too? Master Uncle, are you curious how this lava beast was tamed? This lava beast, living in lava, has no peers and no partners. It has never interacted with other beings and is therefore suspicious and fearful of new things. If you fight recklessly and want to kill it, it will naturally resist without thinking too much. I am asking you to put away your sword and send your head to it, a clear act of death, but it will make this already suspicious lava beast feel puzzled and scared. I see. Then, why is it that when I hold it by the tail, it is paralyzed and no longer able to fight? The place where the lava beast breathes is not on its head, but on the tail. On its tail? Just now I asked you to hold your opponent's tail, so that you could use your body to block his breathing passage. If you can't breathe, a martial artist with true chi can hold on for a long time, but a savage beast is a different matter. Especially in such hot magma, it wouldn't take long for the body to run out of energy. Naturally, there will be no resistance. Didn't see these characteristics at first, but I only deduced them when I asked you to fight with it. I see. Although the setup sounds ridiculous, it makes sense and feels great. Well, the lava beast has been tamed, let's go pick lotus seeds. Yes. Uncle, this is the red flame lotus seed. eBay put it away for you. Here. One is for you, and the other for the lava beast. Thank you, Uncle. This one, leave it to your branch, whoever's strength can reach the supreme peak, can take it. Thank you. Special Envoy Master Uncle. With the red flame lotus in hand and the book of the poison hall was also read, the purpose of this journey has been successfully accomplished. I have finished my business pair, I should go now. Uncle Master, where can I find you if I want to meet you in the future? I am at home in all corners of the world. If there is a destiny, we will meet again. Uncle, this is a token of my identity. I know it won't be of much use to you, but in case you have a descendant or student who is in trouble, you can take things and come to the poison hall of Xuan Yuan Kingdom to find me. Long as it can be completed, you must do your best. Well, thank you very much. Tianwu Kingdom City Famous Teachers Hall. Zhang Xuan is coming. This is Tianwu Kingdom City? Yes. The Tianwu Kingdom is a big place. You say, teacher, is he here yet? I heard from Teacher Shin that Teacher Zhang left the Beast Hall and went to the Red Lotus Mountains. It is estimated that there is something to do. It should not arrive. Let's stop being here, let's go to the city. Tomorrow, I'll ask the famous teacher hall if Brother Zhang is coming. Before Brother Zhang comes back, you must all break through the Ding Li realm, otherwise, I won't be able to see him either. Master Lu, I think. Go to the Calligraphy and Painting Masters Association to evaluate an apprentice. In the future, when evaluating famous teachers, auxiliary occupations must also be studied. Go ahead, yes. Alright, let's go first. Asked someone in advance to find a good place at Tianwu Hotel. Master Lu, you can go on ahead. It's not convenient for the young master to stay in a hotel with his students. I'll go and see if there's a mansion we can rent. If you want to be a famous teacher, you must have a secondary occupation. I'd like to finish my apprenticeship in calligraphy and painting first, and then I'll try to get my official calligrapher's license later. The Guild of Calligraphers and Painters is a great organization. This gentleman, I am not sure what kind of painting you want, I can show you / I am not here to buy anything, but want to assess an apprenticeship of calligraphers and painters. I don't know where. Apprenticeship assessment? The apprentice calligrapher is usually assessed, and no one appears for months. I don't know what day it is today, but they all come here in groups. Please come this way, sir. Yep. The scene of painting just now is still in my mind, it's so wonderful. Didn't expect that all beasts can paint. This is something I didn't even dare to think about before. What they say for the first assessment, what does it mean to paint a realm work? Oh, they're talking about the fight just now. Just a short while ago, a grandmaster painter dipped a savage beast in ink and moved it around on the rice paper, then he picked it up and with a casual shake, the painting became a realm work. Have studied painting and calligraphy with my father for many years, and I know how difficult it is to create a realm work. Even my father couldn't guarantee that he could do it every time, but this man made the beast walk around and did it with a shake. This isn't bragging, is it? Not only that, but the surprise is still behind. The painter then used a fire to turn it into the 4 realms. Then he sprayed some saliva on it and it turned into the realm. Isn't that amazing? If what he says is true, that would be awesome. Sure enough, Tianwu Kingdom and Tianquan Kingdom are incomparable. And if I can become a student of this grandmaster, I am sure I'll be able to improve my calligraphy and painting so much that it will be easy to become a real calligrapher. That's right / this master, what is his name? I wonder where he is now. Do you accept students? This grandmaster. He seems to be called Zhang Xuan. Wouldn't it be that Zhang? Uncle? Why is it that everywhere you go, the ghosts are still there, and most importantly, and they're also awesome? Never mind, I am used to being beaten up anyway. Let's assess the apprentices first, wait for the assessment to be over, go back and tell the teacher in Zhengyang and the others. It is estimated that they will go crazy with joy. I've finally collected all the books in the painting and calligraphy gallery. Although I had been able to make realm paintings in calligraphy, my understanding of painting and calligraphy was still lacking. With these books, knowledge has expanded many times over and is worthy of the status of a 3-star calligrapher. Just the Tianquan Kingdom Library, the Beast Hall, the Poison Hall and the Calligraphers Guild. Eve already collected tens of millions of secret books. When will he be able to read them all? If only there were still golden books, I could turn them into my own instantly. I thought that it would be formed by being grateful, but when I pretended to be Master Yang, I received a lot of gratitude, but it did not form. I don't know what appeared in the first book, and the second book appeared when Zhaya and others were on the martial arts stage to wash away the shame for me. At that time, several people had a strong affection for me as a teacher and student. Is it possible? Only the gratitude between teachers and students can make this things appear? Looks like he'll have to find a way to take on 2 students and try again. Is he the painter? Yes. He's the one who painted the realm. What's going on? Someone is actually following these 5 people. Were all in the model to late stages of the Tongshuan realm, and even at the peak. Eve been practicing for a long time, but I haven't done much, so this group wants to pick a fight, so it's a good time to practice, get out of town and find a secluded place and play with them. Boss, he seems to be going out of town. Who cares, he's just a little guy under, what are we afraid of? Even if he's cultivated from his mother's womb, he's still at most at the Tongshuan realm, he can't possibly stand up to us. Booty, you'll say this in advance, this guy is a star calligrapher and cannot be killed. If he dies, the headquarters will definitely trace him and there will be a lot of trouble / that's why I only took the realm painting from him. I am sure I don't need to tell you more. Don't worry, boss. We know what to do. Outskirts. Boss, this guy must have spotted US and brought US here on purpose. What are you afraid of? No one is good. You have followed me all the way, it's time to reveal your identity. Painter Zhang actually spoke, so let's just talk about it. We just want to lend you a few paintings of the TH realm. Borrow? Thought that triggered something new. It's just a robbery, isn't it? Do you want the TH realm painting? Boss, what nonsense are you talking about? Let's do it. Control your power. Don/T kill him. Don't worry, LL take care of it. It turns out that beating Tongshan realm by a half-step grandmaster is just like swatting a fly. I guess I'll have to be more careful in the future when it comes to hitting those lower than me. I don't want to strike and kill them. What should I do? Boss, he looks like a half-step grandmaster. Don't be afraid, there are many of USI. He's only a half-step grandmastery. I Don/T believe that he has 3 heads and 6 arms that can stop 4 of US at the Tongshan realm / all ether. It's good to be all ether. Think of it as practice for fighting multiple people. What is this? This guy. What, you're here too? This is. It is. A half-step supreme savage beast. Mainergreat.con. Half-step supremes Tianwu Kingdom. Only the ancestors have this kind of strength. Can be said to be the highest fighting force in Tianwu Kingdom. How can there be such a level of savage beast here? What did you suddenly come down for? You've just knocked 2 of them down and crippled 1. How can I test my cultivation base? And Zhang Painter. Small eyes do not know Mount Tai. I beg Master Zhang's forgiveness. Istris, no, look at you. He's begging for mercy without even making a move. This half-step supreme savage beast is actually a half-step grandmaster's beast pet. Iguya, good chance to fight is gone. What do you say to do? Li said. Who else can speak here but you? This. Well, you probably know. The cost of renting a half-step supreme level beast like this in the beast hall, so I want everything on you except the clothes as its appearance fee. It's not too much. No, it's not too much. Let X storage ring, these are our all. Alright / if you want to keep your clothes, get out of here. Yes. Well, get out of here right away. Although I couldn't test the cultivation base. But it was an unexpected gain. It's just that. From the time I went to the outskirts of the forest, there has been a strong smell of fighting. You noticed it too, didn't you? Go over and have a look. Grandmaster Realm Powerhouse and Grandmaster Realm Savage Beast? I don't know which senior is here, so I apologize for not being able to welcome YOUI. Senior? This guy actually recognized me as a senior. Istkis, by the way, don't I want to find someone to be grateful to me? Just in time to fool around, maybe there will be gain. However, my current appearance is too young. When he finds out, he will definitely doubt it. Let's change to Master Yang's appearance. Such a light move. I just passed by here and saw you fighting with that naked bear, so I stopped to take a look. If you do not fight for your life, do you want to subdue him? The man in front of me is as calm as water. And I can't detect any cultivation at all. He has a half-step supreme beast as his pet, his real power. He should be above the level of a supreme. The senior knows it clearly, and the junior does have the intention to subdue it. It's very difficult to subdue it, and it's possible to do so with a few battles. I know, it's just that a bit greedy. I can teach you how to tame. Can seniors teach? What can I do for you, senior, to help you? I will do whatever I can. Kagreet. I don't need your help with anything, and you're not a force to be reckoned with, but I can teach you the method, but you have to worship me as your teacher. A teacher? Seeing that a high-ranking person doesn't agree with a word and hurts others, he turns around and leaves without a word, ignoring the worldly. a word that does not agree with each other makes people apprentice. If I have reached the pinnacle of the Grandmaster, my talent is not weak, but I know it. But I know that I am not even close to being a true genius, and he wants to take me on as a disciple right away? What the hell? Why yes, are you wondering why I asked you to become my disciple? Your talent is not excellent and your strength is nothing. What do I like about you? You fought with the bear just now. The combination of the Tsong Lang body technique and the Hong Yen fist was quite subtle, but you couldn't use it to its full potential if I am not mistaken. You've only learnt the remnants of Hong Yen fist, and you've also learnt the 3 NCH fists. Senior. How do I know? Hong Yen Pist is very wide open and powerful, so if you practice this discipline alone, even if it is a remnant, it is not harmful and will not put a burden on your body, but you have to also cultivate the 3-inch Pist, which is a force that is exerted between 3 inches, for a RAPO impact. 3-inch power and the wide open fist technique are inherently contradictory. As a famous teacher, despite knowing that there is a conflict between both fist techniques, you chose to go ahead and practice it, damaging your own body. Foolish. And you've got a chronic health problem that you can't get RDOFI. Senior. Know that I am a famous teacher. I fought just now. I used the Hong Yen fist and the 3-inch fist, so it's not surprising that you could tell, but I don't have a badge and I don't wear a famous teacher's robe. How does the senior know? When you fought with the bear, you were able to predict and avoid the other party's lethal blows. At this point, there is no other job except the famous teacher who has the state of mind of wise sensei. Could it be? Senior versus also a famous teacher? I've been traveling a lot and I haven't heard anyone call me that for years. Really a famous teacher. This senior is at least a supreme power, and has eyesight far beyond mine. Could it be that he is a 3-star or above famous teachery? If you are a famous teacher, then you can understand why you asked me to be your student as we met. I would be honored if you would accept me as your student. Say nigga Joe, no more doubts, dad noti. The bear you just fought with is not yet mature, nor is it at the LMT of its strength. If you have a way to make it grow fast and reach the peak of its power and submit to you, it won't be hard. This. No too, I just tried it, I can't think of anything that can make it grow in strength. I have a pill here, go over and beat it to death before you give it this pill. You want to take it to death. Isn't this just an ordinary healing pills THS? So the bear can progress to the next level, but this senior may be a 3-star or above famous teacher, a supreme powerhouse. It is impossible to deceive me. Why do you doubt it? I wouldn't dare. I'll be right there. Student Zhang Shu, greetings teacher. Yeah. Yang Xian, I am just passing through Tianwu Kingdom and will stay here for a while. During this period you and I have the name of teacher and apprentice. After we leave, you will still be you and I will still be me, but we are just destined to meet. If I know where you live, I would like to visit you from time to time. I don't have a definite place to stay yet, but when Edo, Illinois sends someone to tell you. Well, if you have nothing to do, you can go back first. Yes. Pretending to be an expert in front of a famous teacher is really troublesome. After all, the other person has an incredible eye and the slightest mistake could be a problem. Oh yes, I forgot to ask about the location of Tianwu Academy. I was thinking of asking about the location of Tianwu Academy and then taking on a few more students to train them. Ether, a multi-line operation. Better go back first. I am afraid Mave to go back to the city to find someone. You sad. The teacher just finished the assessment for calligraphers and painters today? I thought it would take some time for my teacher to arrive in the city, but I didn't expect him to arrive before us. I also heard from the Calligraphers and Painters Guild that there was a person named Zhang Xuan who succeeded in the assessment of the 3-star calligraphers and painters. As for whether it's I am not really sure. Certainly yes, being able to make paintings of the 5 realms, also known as Zhang Xuan, how could it be such a coincidence? Since the teacher has finished MS painting and calligraph exams in less than an hour, he must not be far away, so look around and you might find him. Yes. Why don't we go find a teacher? Ether. You can go out and look for but if you don't end him within 2 hours, you'll have to come backy. AIO yes. Teacher, why are you here? I just arrived in Tianwu Kingdom today, and this is the closest to the city gates. Of course I'll be staying here. Young master, you are here. Just in time. I found a place for you to stay. Brother then let's go over. It's been a hard time for you. It's not hard at all. But I haven't seen you for a long time, senior brother. You have already reached the half-step grandmasteral. Half-step grandmastered. It's just a coincidence. Forget to keep a low profile. In this world, if you level up too fast, you will be regarded as an alien. Next day morning. Brother. How many of them is this? They are all breakthroughs. Well, I don't see them making much progress lately. I gave them a few pointers last night. Come on, it's just a breakthrough, it's not a big deal. Let's go to the famous teacher's halley. Helping people break through is not a big deal? When others point to breakthroughs, all sorts of trouble, all the learning, but may not be able to succeed, look at a man, simple as sleeping. Sherveno, between people, there is a gap. Have there always been so many people in hall? That's not true because there's a question and answer session today. QEA sessions. The QEA session is the last process of the famous masters. There are 13-star famous masters and 3-star famous teachers in the Tianwu kingdom, but it seems that there are no star famous masters coming today. Tianquan kingdom doesn't even have a single 1-star famous teacher. This is actually so much. As expected, IT is the most powerful of the 10 surrounding 3 kingdoms. Who is the one standing on the stage? That was Mo Hongwei, the examiner of THS QEA session. He is known as the first genius of the Tianwu kingdom in the past 1,000 years, and is famous in the 13 kingdoms. Mo Hong this year is only years old, is already a 1-star peak famous master, 2-star alchemist, 2-star formation master and 2-star weapon master. And also the pinnacle of grandmaster. Awesome! I am sure the geniuses Eve met in the past are no different from the scum a chirp. And I am afraid his state of MND scale is at least or higher. Well, the state of mind scale reached. Above, you can be assessed 1-star famous teacher. Can be assessed 2-star. Can assess 2-staroki princess and MOU is Mirai. MOU. Okay, people are here, so let the QEA begini trucas blocked at the last acupuncture point and it never succeeds. It can't reach Zhang Xuan. What can be done to solve it? First, the infuriating acupuncture method. Gather a large amount of true qi, and concentrate it around the acupuncture point to stimulate it. Second, the method of drug enhancement. Although the first-grade pill, Roiludan, is also effective in the acupuncture point realm, it is not very effective in the face of the long-standing failure to break through, so you can use the second-grade pill acupoint punching pill. Although I have pretended to be a famous teacher, many people have broken through, but it is based on my heavenly true qi. MOU said a lot of methods, even never heard of it. Seems that after the assessment of the 1-star famous teacher, to go to read books, otherwise, this level of question and answer certainly cannot pass. I can't be asked how to break through, say a silver needle, a true qi will do it. By the way, what are the types of famous teacher assessments? There are 5 levels in the assessment of famous teachers. First, trust house, the test of students' trust level. If a student has a trust level of more than she is considered to have passed. If there are no students, or no trust level, she is not qualified. Secondly, the auxiliary professions test in the auxiliary hall. In other words, if you want to become a 1-star famous teacher, you must have an auxiliary profession and reach the official level. THRD, the puppet hall. During the test, a pair of puppets are given to fight. The puppets are cast in a special way and use completely different moves and techniques, but they are similar in strength, so no one can beat the other, or you have to give points to one of the puppets to win, and it will be considered a pass. Fourth, Gongfa Si. There are countless cultivation techniques in the Gongfa Si, and in order to pass them, you need to randomly select one to be taught. At the end of the class, not only were there many famous teachers sitting in judgment, but there was also a sage belly. Sage belly. Well, the sage bell is a spiritual treasure in the Gongfa Si, so to speak, a spiritual weapon, which is imprinted with the sage's understanding and control of the Gongfa and the knowledge of the explanation. If you can't satisfy it, the bell won't ring and you can't pass it. I didn't know there was such a powerful thing in the world. After passing the first 4 levels, it's time for the last level, the Hall of Faultlessness. The Hall of Faultlessness has puppets to demonstrate Kung Fu, martial arts, and even your choice of auxiliary profession of your choice. The things demonstrated, there will be faults. However, they are so well hidden that they are almost impossible to find. If you find 1 point within 1 incense time, you will pass, otherwise, you will fail. No, there's a QEA session, isn't there? The question and answer session, the last level of the so-called famous teacher assessment, is actually the easiest. As long as you pass the first 5, you can ignore them and pass of them. Therefore, if you pass the first 5 levels, you are considered to have passed the assessment and can be called a famous teacher. This is just for appearances, but in fact it is to introduce this. The new famous teacher is introduced to other famous teachers. Congratulations! Master MOUE ended. Hey, race your rank, badge and costume. From now on, you're a 1-star famous teacher. Thank you. I have something to do, so let me say goodbye. Teacher moi, yes. Student MOU, I have met teacher Zangi. Istris S. Student MOUU? Have you met teacher Zhang? Princess MOU is the second genius of the kingdom. She was assessed to become a 1-star famous teacher at a young age. This kind of person is so respected, called Teacher Zhang. How is this going? Where do this guy come from? Teacher Zhang? Teacher Zhang does not say. Just arrived yesterday after in Tianwu Kingdom? You just arrived, and you're making such a big fuss. If we stay for a while longer, do you think the famous teacher hall owner will also come to pay respects? Mo Yu, won't you introduce me to you? Jiang Chen. I was able to make a second-rate PLL without reaching the Grandmaster level, and succeeded in the 2-star Alchemist assessment, thanks to the goodness of Teacher Zhans. He is like a half-teacher to me. A half-teacher's teaching you how to refine pills? To let Princess MOU succeed in the assessment of 2-star Alchemist at such a young age, how strong should the alchemy be? Princess MOU's success in the 2-star alchemy assessment was due to his guidance. Does it mean that this person is more powerful in alchemy? More than 2 stars? Is it possible to be a 3-star? It turned out to be an alchemy master, disrespectful and disrespectful. My name is Jiang Chen. Thank you for your advice to Princess Mo Yui. I don't need your help. Thanks. The Mong Dan master of the Alchemist Guild is a friend of MNE, and he just succeeded in the 3-star alchemist assessment a few days ago, so since Teacher Zhang is a master alchemist, I am sure you're familiar with each other. But how come Eve never heard him say that the guild actually has such a talented alchemist? I am just a 1-star alchemisty. 1-star instruction for Princess MOU to make a 2nd-grade pill? Are you kidding? Special professions are clearly graded. How can a 1-star guide a 2-star? 1-starry brother Zhang can reach 1-star at such a young age, is also considered a great talent. On as you work hard, sir, or later you WLL get a better ranking. A feast for you to celebrate your success in the famous teacher assessment. Let's go. No. I still have something to see, Mr. Zhang. What celebration party? You go yourself. The celebration banquet prepared for you. How could it be possible without you, the protagonist? How about this, brother Zhang, come along. It is also for you to repay the half-teacher's friendship. No time. Thank you. Although alchemists are very powerful, they are not comparable to famous teachers, so you have to think about your decision. Don't get into trouble because of a small thing, a wrong decision. Me the assessment. I want to test a master factor. Yes, hey, I am talking to you. Stop right there. Stop right there. Brother. This Yance Chen is not a character who can be ignored in the Tianwu Kingdom. Mangrokil Teacher Wu, Teacher Zhang's BRD assessment of famous teacher. Please prepare assessment of famous teachers? Assessment of famous teacher? Okay, but first I need to check that you are qualified. External requirements are recommendation from a famous teacher, apprentice assistant status, and at least 1 auxiliary profession. Here are my apprentice badge and my 1-star alchemist badge. The external requirements have been met. Then test the mind level. Master Lu, don't be angry, it's just an ignorant guy who came out of nowhere. Even if he's given the test, he may not succeed. Compared to me? He's nothing. In terms of the scale of the state of mind, I am really not afraid of anyone. A kid who came out of nowhere alchemy may be good, but the scale of the state of mind. This is the foundation of a famous teacher. The same as the martial artist's true chi, even if it reaches, it is still a big difference compared to someone like me who was born with. Alright, this. I come from a world of famous teachers, and I have been exposed to the courses of famous teachers since I was a child. That's how I was able to achieve such a high level of scale once my state of mind was at rest. How high is Ms. Scale? The scale of state of mind is. You re a genius among geniuses. Go to the venue and take the assessment for you right now. Jiang. Teacher Zhang Nima just said this guy cannot be compared with me. The result came a. Walk this way. The front is the place where the famous teacher will be assessed. The assessment of famous teachers is divided into 5 steps: the trust house, the auxiliary training mall, the puppet hall, the gongfasi, and the faultless mall. Well, I understand all these. If you have students, let them enter the room in front of you. If you have a trust level of, you're passed. Those 5 at the door are my studency. It seems that they are only years old. There is not much difference in age with this teacher. Are you sure their trust level can reach? This I don't know how long you've been teaching these students. How long have you been teaching them? More than half a month. For more than half a month, I have often been outside, and if I count it carefully, it looks like 5 or 6 days. Are you sure that their trust level in you dictates AO? What's up? This. Nothing, just wanted to ask if you have any other students, for example. Some of them have been teaching for a long time and some of them are younger. Me greet. No, they're the ones they've been teaching the longest and the youngest. If they can't do it, I have taught Princess Moyu for a few days, so I can let her try. Try? If you have just a few students, let them in slash. Come in, yes teacher, don't worry. We will never let you down. HMMM. This young teacher you said looks like he has a lot of confidence in his students, not even a word of explanation. Should be confident. Teacher Zhang, I just saw him take a group of students of his own age who have only been teaching for 5 or 6 days to the trust house. Interesting. This trust level can be over, which is not bad. Go and see. Mr. Zhang, these students, did you really teach them for only 5 or 6 days? Actually, not quite, or days adding up all the time. There are about 7 or 8 hours. 7 or 8 hours, what kind of trust can you have in such a short time? I thought I was ready to come, but I don't expect it to be so unreliable. That. Do you want it or not? Huh? The trust level came out so quickly. What? How is this possible? The trust of life and death? This is the level of trust that can only be achieved by a 5-star famous teacher. The trust level between parents and children is about, and between spouses, it is about, beyond that, it's a relationship of life and death. This kind of trust, without hesitation, even if you did for it, is willing today. This is the level of trust that a 5-star famous teacher can teach students. Didn't they say they only taught for 4 days? How can you get such a high trust rating, such a high level in such a short period of time? Wouldn't it be more than 90 years after teaching for a few more years? I just said not more than state of mind scale. The trust of students who teach this country bumpkin is going against the sky. Although I already guessed that teacher Zhang's result will definitely pass, but I didn't expect it to pass thoroughly. Sorry, teacher. THS 11. Not only the teachers are perverted, but the students are also perverted. Trust level, and these students aren't even satisfied. AMAM, trust level, the first level of assessment passed. Now you can proceed to the second level, the following auxiliary hall assessment. The auxiliary hall assessment is the auxiliary profession. Your auxiliary profession is alchemist. Here I want to remind you the normal alchemist assessment is alchemy, and as you can refine a first-rate PLL, you can be called a 1-star alchemist. The auxiliary hall is different in that it is not your own understanding of alchemy that is being assessed, but instruction. That is to say, the words of instruction. Understand. A master MO even called him teacher. He should may have special skills in alchemy. Teacher Wu, do not worry, alchemy on teacher Zhang can certainly pass, just do not know how much achievement. The score of the auxiliary hall, like the trust, is also points different professions. The requirements are different. Alchemists, instruction into a pill, only points can be regarded as a reluctance to pass. When Imo teacher Imo auxiliary hall assessment, the assessment is the formation master, the results directly to, which made a lot of noise. If you reach, IT means that your knowledge of the auxiliary professions has reached a level of more than 1 star. This guy, with a state of mind scale of, makes students trust, I'm afraid. The alchemy score is not low either. Damn it, however, personal alchemy and instruction is different, can be considered a high score if he can exceed. Dan Furnace? Is it possible that the room will change accordingly with the different auxiliaries? Puppet? Green leaf stump flower, rootless grass, white orchid. Is it to refine the first-rate Zhuan Yuan pill? What is he going to do? This puppet is refning pills? Can. In this way, the pill cannot be refined. Fail. No. I haven't done anything yet. Please instruct the puppet to refine the medicine pill. If the refining is successful, pass. It seems that the puppet is making pills so that the assessor can observe and find mistakes. However, it's good to use a puppet to instruct alchemy, because unlike humans, puppets don't get distracted. Long as the strict requirements are required, IT will definitely be able to refine the pill. It's time to start instructing, not batty. The assessment in the auxiliary is different from the trust house. Unlike the trust house, where scores are given after the trust house is assessed, the auxiliary hall will show scores as S. As you start giving instructions, the more correct instructions are given, the higher the score will be, and the more mistakes will be made, the lower the score will be. When my brother came to the assessment, there were only 5 retrogressions, that is to say, 5 mistakes. Yes, I've heard of 7 errors in Mole Master Jane's 2-star assessment, but he only had 5, which is already history. I was surprised to see no retrogressions and no mistakes. There are no mistakes, it's just a matter of time. Instructions for alchemy, who can guarantee that all correct, right? It's been and there's still not a single mistake. This possible the whole instruction of alchemy, no mistakes. Even a 3-star alchemist can't do it. He is a country bumpkin. Why? The teacher is really great. I can't believe it's not a single mistake so far. As expected of teacher Zhang. No mistake. It has surpassed my brother's record. Yes, I thought this record would be kept for at least several decades, but I don't expect it to be broken so quickly. Mistake. The score dropped to. Sure enough, I thought he would have been mistake-free. Scared the hell out of me. Yes, I told you, how can you instruct in alchemy without a single mistake? It doesn't make sense. With more time, the more merbs are blended, it's inevitable that there will be mistakes. Yes, but at once to scores has been very. Don't I say that when I am cultivating, don't disturb me? I didn't mean to disturb your highness, because say. It's because there is a assessment for 1-star master teachers. As the number 1 famous teacher, there are countless people who go to the famous teacher halls every day to fight for it, but only a few can pass ITI because this disturbs my cultivation? More than that. The person who took this assessment reached. On the state of mind scale. A. State of mind scale? Stronger than MOU? To be able to reach this scale before the assessment of a 1-star famous teacher can only show that the talent is good. Besides, what else? This assessment is before Miss MOU called Zhang teacher, the person called Zhang Xuan, not yet years old, with a few year-old students, into the trust room test. As a result, IT scored points. Trust room? Let students have such a high level of trust, I have never heard of it before. What else to say all at once? Yes, he is now in the 2nd level of the assessment of the auxiliary hall to reach points, and all without mistakes. Reach go points without mistakes? This. How is this possible? Yes. But that's what's strange. At points, there was mistake and 1 point was deducted, and then. The next moment, IT immediately became points. Points deducted and added? The wall of the famed famous teacher's hall, forged by the master of formation, have been standing for thousands of years without any problem. How could it suddenly be like this? And this happened more times, all with a deduction and then a rapid increase of points. Wait. What did you say? It happened once, and then times? Yes, then. How many points now? It was up before I came points. How can there be when the highest score in the auxiliary hall is? Current. Is the assessment of the auxiliary hall over? Not yet, and doesn't seem to be the end. His score is still increasing. If it's not over, go check it out. You go get my clothes. Istkas, congratulations. Master Hong has finally made a breakthrough and become a 3-star alchemy master. Yes, when we were assessed ether as 2-star alchemy masters, you were the only one who took this step. You are all welcome. It was only by chance that I met a senior person when I was out some time ago, and I was able to get an insight. If I were to rely on my own ability, I don't know how long it would take. Not good. What's the point of panicking? Teacher, there's a reason to panic. Just now. When someone entered the auxiliary hall to assess a 1-star famous teacher, he chose alchemy and the result was. What's going on? He scored on the assessment more than Mo. He got A. What? The assessment of the auxiliary hall, only points, and A, what happened? No. I have to go and see. I don't know what kind of person can give instructions on alchemy and score points in the auxiliary hall. Master Zhang, what's going on? Eve heard that some people have been instructed in alchemy in the auxiliary hall and have scored point talk for yourself. How can there be? Isn't a full score for auxiliary hall only? Yes. But I don't know exactly what happened. Is there something wrong with the auxiliary hall? Otherwise, how could there be such a result? Yes, if there is no problem, how can there be such a high score? After a while, I will go to Master Wu and ask. The assessment hall is the famous Teacher Guild special strong people cultivation, is a piece of spiritual treasure. It is impossible to have problems. Since Master Mo said that there is no problem, then what the hell is going on here? The assessment of the auxiliary hall is the instruction. If the instruction is wrong, points will be deducted. If correct, the number of points will increase. I think I do not need to say, we all know this. But have you ever thought about? This right, wrong, is based on what judgment? Just like the current assessment of alchemy, in which the so-called correct is measured by the standard of 4-star alchemist to make 1-star pills. But if the person being assessed is, what if the 5-star alchemist and 6-star alchemist look at this alchemy? If not, how do you explain, first deduct points, then increase? I remember, in the last level of the famous teacher's assessment, finding one mistake was 1 point, 2 became 2 points, and 3 points, also in one increment. The person who took the assessment inside should have found a loophole in the correct answer and was initially judged wrong by the auxiliary hall. However, the auxiliary hall is a spiritual treasure and found that the process of refining pills was smoother after correction, and immediately made up the score and increased it by 1 as a reward. So, this one, who found a 4-star alchemist, made mistakes? In addition to this, I just can't figure out what's going on. Oh, this one is called what? Could it be a senior in the guild? No, I have to check it out. Not a senior, just a 1-star alchemist, and less than years old. His name is Zhang Xuan? How did he get here? Master Hong, do you know this person? The one I mentioned before, the one who pointed me to break through so fast. Senior person / Yes, that's him. Could it be that the person you mere talking about who pissed the pill debate is the former one? He was the one who gice me the guidance that allowed me to make the star puss and become a 3-star alchemist / pill debate assessment to become an alchemist, instructed the 2-star alchemist to refine the 3-star pill, and now he got points in the auxiliary hall. Less than 20 years old, how could he have such a profound knowledge of alchemy? I was surprised by this at first, but then I looked into it and found out. He has a very powerful teacher, called Yang Xian, is a more than 3 stars, at least the famous teacher. A famous teacher with more than 3 stars? Not even a titled kingdom has one. The room for the assessment is not broken, right? It can be wrong, and then correct. It was you who found out the flaws of a 4-star alchemist. 4-star alchemist, this level? That's too weak. Not 4-star alchemist weak, but you're too strong, okay? It's better to talk less to this monster. The more you talk, the more frustrated you are. Now that y'all've passed the second level, let's begin the third test, Puppet Hall, then. There's no scoring system for Puppet Hall. When you enter, you will meet a red puppet and a blue puppet of similar cultivations. /S you pass the test by offering pointers to the red puppet to help it defeat the blue one. Ganjo. Bang. Istkis WG this. This is the power at the pinnacle of the profound connection? The pinnacle of the profound connection, in the Tyanxlan kingdom, is considered to be on par with its royal elder, but here it is not even as good as a puppet. As expected of the Master-Teacher Pavilion. This test is indeed difficult. No wonder people say that it is an uphill task to pass the Master-Teacher exam if one does not reach profound connection pinnacle. Seems like this is the reason why. The red puppet's movements are fierce and savage. Strisanenka I smush. Whereas the blue puppet's movements are light and agile. Esmiel, both of them have their own strengths, making it difficult for one to triumph over the other. In this case, I'll point out the flaws in both sides in a way that grants the red an advantage over the blue. Istkas, let's get started. Red puppet, retreat 3 inches, twist your body to the right, band. And strike with your fist. Strislio. Do you think that he'll be able to pass this test? His alchemy skills, his ability to impart about cultivation. Master teachers are adept at guiding others. As a student of a star master teacher, his ability to guide others in cultivation, I am afraid, is even more superior than alchemy. Yes, I remember that Master Mo's guidance back then defeated the blue puppet in less than blows. That went on becoming a legend. It was moves. Brother. Indeed, it's blows. I wonder how many blows would this Zhang's lion take? I am curious as well. This kid who appeared from the Tyanxlan kingdom, how powerful is Hep? Can his guidance on cultivation be as incredible as his other skills? Given how he is Linder, I'll accept that he is good at alchemy, but I don't believe that he can be good at guiding others. In fact, this is a very high level of alchemy. Istkis S, no. The first demonstration of the puppets should take around breaths, and breaths after that, the test will officially begin. Based on the assumption that one blow is made in a single breath, you can roughly calculate how many blows he used. Looks like his ability to give guidance on cultivation is lacking. Looks like he is still slightly lacking in imparting knowledge on cultivation. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. He may be good at alchemy, but his ability to instruct on cultivation is weak. It's a pity. He has abandoned his fundamentals. There's nothing to fear about such a person. A total of breaths. /O the two puppets have crossed a total of blows. During my guidance, the red puppet exerted too much force and shed the blue puppet's head off. Kiss, I tried to fix it. Is that AMOT considered a fail, right? Bashed the head off? To be able to bash its head off. The two puppets are similar in structure and strength, they can only be defeated after the guidance of examinees. What's going on? The puppets were created by top-notch blacksmiths, they both cultivate similar moves and have the same level of techniques, making it difficult for one to defeat the other. The examinees are only able to grant a slight advantage to one of the puppets so that it can defeat the other. Yet, this fellow got the puppet to bash the other puppet's head out. How in the world did he do it? You said that you took a long time trying to fix it. How many blows did the red puppet take before defeating the blue puppet? How many moves? Given the immense strength of the red puppet, a single blow was more than enough. Skis Mangledo. One blow? I thought in blows were incredible, but to think that this fellow required only a single blow. Kiss Joe, and in one move, the two puppets, who were evenly matched, were not only defeated, but also knocked off the other puppet's head. This. Pardon me, but for the red puppet to destroy the blue with a single blow. How did you do it? Piss. It's simple. The red puppet is strong and the blue puppet is fast, so it would be hard to tell the difference in a real fight. Bang, however, long as we find the flaws of the blue puppet's movements, it is easy to deal with it. No matter how fast it is, there is always a delay. In the moment of delay, you can predict its position and let the red puppet attack, and then you can knock its head off with one blow. Foresee the other party's position? Predicting in advance? Istkis Kalo, there's a lot of variations in cultivation techniques. Can this be predicted in advance? Predicting the other partication so that the red puppet could strike off the blue's head with a single punch. Not only do you need to know everything about your opponent's fighting style, but also his strength, body condition, NEA.0 speed of punches and movements, you have to know everything. Come on. He can't be a Star Master teacher disguised as a Star Master teacher candidate to play with Lise. About this. I shouldn't need to pay, right? The puppet hall possesses the ability of self-recovery. After a few days of rest, the puppet will become as good as new. That's good. Then. Is this considered as a pass? Pass. You managed to defeat your opponent in one move. If we don't let you into this Master Teacher Pavilion, we shouldn't be allowed to open anymore. Alright, come on, the next test is Cultivation Technique Ocean. Kiss, okay. There are countless cultivation techniques in the Gongfa Sea, and in order to pass them, you need to randomly select one to be taught. When teaching, not only are there many famous teachers sitting in judgment, but most importantly, there are also sage bells. The sage's bell is a spiritual treasure, imprinted with the sage's knowledge and mastery of Gongfa. If you do not satisfy them with your knowledge, the bell will not ring, and you will not pass. The more it rings, the more correct the explanation. Teacher Zhang can go to the podium first and put his hand on the disc and a gong fa will appear randomly. I'll go call the other famous teachers who are in town. Yes. Can this podium randomly generate success methods? See what comes out. I don't know what techniques Brother Zhang will randomly draw. Multi-wave water pattern palm? This book, chosen at random from the library, will give you one column of incense to read and then explain. The sage bells around you will automatically analyze whether you are correct or not, and we will also make a judgment, and the two opinions will be added ether to determine whether you can pass or not. Got it. Multi-wave water pattern palm? This is one of the most difficult martial arts techniques in the famous Master Hall assessment. It is difficult to cultivate and difficult to explain. In the thousands of years since the establishment of the kingdom famous Teachers Hall and the thousands of years since the establishment of the famous Teacher Hall of the kingdom, there are 8 assessment candidates who have chosen this book, but 7 of them have failed, and the only one left has just barely passed the test. I guess this level, even if you were lucky to pass, but also not as good as before. Then he'll start talking. What? Wait, Teacher Zhang, actually you don't have to rush. Enough time for a incense stick careful study. No need. This kind of martial technique, after watching for a long time, is a waste. There are also multi-wave water pattern palm. The name is water attribute palm. Many people practice, most of the people cultivate this as the root, and try all kinds of ways, which this method is wrong. Wrong? In fact, the so-called multi-waves water pattern, after cultivation, the attack is like a water pattern, the wave is endless. By itself and water attributes have nothing to do with the people waiting outside at this time. I do not know how the results of this level Master Zhang Dan. The results of Gongfa Si are related to the sounding of the sage bell. 1 ringing means Berlatek passing, 2 are qualified, 3 are good, and 4 are excellent. 5 rings of thorough knowledge without any mistakes, 6 rings of perfection. The best performance of the famous teachers is still Mohani, who has rang out 4 times, making many people look at him. The best performance of the famous teachers is still Mohani, who has rang out 4 times, making many people look at him. If this Zhang Xuan wants to be a blockbuster, he must make more than 4 rings. 4 rings? 1 incense stick of time to read and understand the martial arts technique is not too difficult. Don't worry, I believe this is not a problem for the teacher. Mohongi Master Mo, during the assessment, was lucky enough to have drawn the set of martial arts techniques that he had just seen before, which is why he was able to explain it so thoroughly. Your teacher may not be so lucky. The bell of the sages, it's ringing. How many sounds will there be? Ring so fast not even half a incense stick. Speak so fast, certainly not full of content, I estimate that a bell is the limit. This. I can't believe this is the case, I didn't think. See? That's really enlightened me. I am sure there is a difference. I hate to admit it, but there is nothing wrong with what he said. This man, I am afraid, is my archenemy. It seems that I have to take the 2-star famous teacher assessment right away. Even if he has the ability, he understands Gong Fa techniques quickly, but if he starts talking so quickly, he is too fast, and there must be some omissions that he has not seen. One ring is probably the limit. For sounds? Excellent. It's already comparable to Mo Hong Yi and Mo Master's achievement? A Dale 5 sounds. 5 sounds thoroughly understand. A new record is born. For thousands of years since the establishment of the famous teacher's hall in the kingdom, there is no better than Mo Hong Yi's 4 sounds. The others are even stronger than the most even, but this Zhang Xuan, only half an incense time, and then sounded 5, has broken the record and become the number 1 person. As expected of a genius whom Master Yang has chosen. The 5 bells of the lecture, thoroughly understand, admire. It rang again. Other people are finished lecturing, the sound one after another, the difference in time is not great, how this response are slow half a beat. Vice President Guan. Where is he? Send someone to invite him. Elder Zhu? What happened to make you so panic? The hall master came back last night and started to close down, asking us not to disturb if there is nothing serious. Retreat? Someone assessed a 1-star famous teacher. I know that the assessment of a 1-star famous teacher is not worth alerting the hall master. But if you knew what a fuss was made over the assessment and what the results were, I am afraid you wouldn't be saying that. How much more noise can be made? Is there another genius like Mo Hong Yi? Mo Hong? I heard the sage bell ringing and couldn't resist going over to see it. I haven't seen the first 3 levels, and I don't know the specific results, so it's hard to say anything. I only know that just now, the sage bell kept ringing long. A long ringing? Is it possible that there are more than 4 rings? More than. At first it rang once, and just when I thought it couldn't go any further, it rang 3 more times, then some time later, it rang again. Wait, the knowledge contained in the sage bell is left by the 4-star famous teachers. More than 4 bells means that the knowledge explained has been thoroughly recognized by them. Are you sure that this is an assessment of a 1-star famous teacher? It's an assessment of a 1-star famous teacher. And it rang more than 5 times. More than 5 times. Could it be 6? 5 bells are completely understood, 6 bells are perfect, which means that your knowledge of Gongfa is as good as that of a 4-star famous teacher's at 7. The bell rings 7 times, and the sages approve? How can that be? The approval of the sage bell is the same as the approval of a 4-star famous teacher, and in terms of knowledge of Gongfa techniques, you can be on a par with them. The bell is ringing 7 times. Is it possible to invite the hall master to come over? This. Of course, but I'll go check it out first and make sure. This is when the 100 bells are ringing. All the sages worship? This. What the hell happened? Vice Chairman, what does this mean? All the sages worship? Why have I never heard of it? The meaning of 100 bells ringing, all the sages worshipping, is Trevin. If 4-star famous teacher is here, Wei will listen to the lesson peacefully and not dare to refute. This person's explanation of Gongfa techniques has exceeded the 4-star level, reaching 5-star famous teachers, or even higher. What? More than 4 stars? Yes, it's just Under normal circumstances, 100 bells ringing ether, the sages approved, the bell should sound continuously through a tea time, as a celebration, but now it's over after only one ring. The tea ceremony? Yes. So now we can only go to Master Wu and ask them to know the answer. Master Wu and the others came out. Deputy Hall Master Guan, Elder Zhu. Why are you here? Master Wu. I ask you, 100 bells ringing ether, according to the records, should be ringing for a tea time. How come they stopped ringing after only a few breaths? 100 bells ringing? That. At the time of the lecture, the sage bell was ringing because noisy. Be quiet. Why not let people lecture? 1, 2, 3, I don't care about it. It's okay, now it's ringing ether. I haven't finished my lecture yet, so what's the point of shouting? The sage bell, but the 4-star famous teacher's handmaid, which contains their thoughts, the entire famous teacher hall, including the hall master, treat them as the ancestors. Assessment of the 1-star famous teacher kid, directly reprimanded. Where did this demon come from? How dare he shout at the thoughts left behind by the famous teachers of the Western Star, scaring them so much that they no longer dare to ring. I just... Did it pass? If not, continue to know, you've already passed, that's good. 100 bells are ringing, and all the sages are worshipping. If you don't pass, I am afraid you'll be beaten to death by the hall master on the spot. By the way, what secret book did he just draw from the assessment? Yes. Multi-wave water pattern palm. Multi-wave water pattern palm? This martial art technique is one of the most difficult martial art techniques in the kingdom of Tianwu. Almost everyone knows, draw this book, but also can speak of 100 bells. Hey! It's just that there is another genius in our famous teacher hall. What am I so excited about? As there is no problem with the assessment, no matter how many geniuses appear, there is nothing to say. Where is teacher Zhang Xuan? Teacher Zhang has just passed by. The last level begins. Going in? Oh no! What's going on? Didn't he finish the 4th level and was about to enter the 5th? It's not a big deal to go in now, is it? He is going in. But I haven't told him about the rules and regulations of the Hall of Faultlessness. Even if you don't explain it, it's nothing, long as you come to assess the famous teacher, who doesn't know about these 5 levels. You must have prepared in advance, don't worry. Prepare in advance? I wish he could prepare, but he, judging from his performance just now, should know nothing. He came to the assessment without even knowing anything about the famous teacher assessment, and how could he achieve such a formidable result? I thought this guy knew a lot about the rules and had already prepared for the testing, and that's why he got this kind of result. I can't believe he didn't know what the rules were, and just took the test. If he really doesn't know anything, then he must not know the faultless hall. In fact, there are 2 levels. Yes, IT is divided into 2 levels, and they are side by side. What does it mean to be divided into 2 levels? The faultless hall, which sounds similar to the puppet hall, is actually completely different. The test of the puppet hall is the instruction. The faultless hall. The test is not only to find the defects of the puppet, but also to test the assessor's cultivation. In other words, the faultless hall is to fight with the puppet. If you find the flaw and defeat it within 1 incense stick, you will pass, otherwise, the puppet will probably keep attacking, and even the puppet may even kill you. As the assessment of famous teachers, all have to go through this should not be dangerous. Tamaradcat AOM. Others are not dangerous, but he is different. The 2 levels of the faultless hall assessment: the first level of the assessment of 1-star FAMU teacher, the second level of the assessment of 2-star. If you were someone else, you are sure to get out after the first level of assessment. I just did not say, he does not know anything, in case the risky directly to the second level. That's a Grandmaster Realm puppet. A puppet of the Grandmaster Realm? But you have to face the Grandmaster Realm. And it is still a Grandmaster Realm with almost no flaws. Isn't that basically the same as being sent to death? So can we go in and save people now? Although there will be some loss. But as the second level has not been triggered, the assessment should be forcibly stopped. Master Wu, stop the assessment. Yes. Got it. He did not go through the first level, directly into the second level. It's too late. Once the second level is running, there is no way to stop it except for the result. A Smanya genius has finally emerged, and if he falls because he doesn't know the rules, we, the famous teacher hall, also don't have to continue to survive. Wu, you are waiting here. I went to the hall master, hoping that the hall master would come over in person, use the hall master order and forcibly break in /yes. The first 4 levels of the teacher Lu said are right, and Wu said similar, it does not matter. But this last level, why the moment I enter the door, there are the puppet jumped over, I had a reflex to shoot straight to the ground. Now the second puppet, also rushed over, or a puppet of the early stage of the Grandmaster realm. Is the last level changed? But for me now, it's nothing. Rika. This is me. Eve broken through the barrier of the Grandmaster realm? IDIDN/T expect that this attack would break the barrier of Grandmaster that I hadn't broken through yet, it looks like. Can break through at any time and reach the Grandmaster realm. But the first thing is not to rush to breakthrough, IT can use this guy to practice. Once you break through and beat this guy, IT must be as simple as picking up a dog, and it will be meaningless. Hall Master. No. Council Chamber, no. Where the hell did the Hall Master go? Why are there beasts? This is a famous teacher hall, not a beast hall. Where did the beast come from? Is the Hall Master in danger? Hall Master. Hall. Roar. Master Guan, what happened when you came here in such a hurry? What? Hall Master, it's not good. A genius, the assessment of the famous teacher, and ended up in the faultless hall. What? You said the puppet of the second level was triggered directly without knowing it? Why are there so many people? Is it too late? Hall Master, you, look. What is this? Yes. Should be to detect faults, the score that appears. Looking for the wrong score? Didn't you say this guy was in danger? Didn't you say he was in trouble and couldn't get out? What the hell is this score? Wait a minute /faultless hall, find 1 fault, 1 score for 1 fault, find 2, 2, 3, 3. Increasingly. Others, even the most talented guys, find a 6, 10 or so scores, awesome to the top. The record is difficult to break 100 years in front of this. Which means find out the puppet 30 defects. Faultless hall is called faultless, and the moves and techniques performed by the puppets have been specially reviewed by the 4-star famous teachers. Popple the techniques that can be used are as powerful as a 4-star famous teacher lowering cultivation level. Even if there are faults, at most or, IT is difficult to notice, but this guy is good at CI. Are you sure? He entered the second level, not the first? The first level is blue with a flashing wall, the second level is red. I saw it with my own eyes when the level started, IT was red, no mistake. Master Zhang, are you alright? What can happen in a normal assessment? But just now I didn't control the power well and broke the puppet. It should be able to be repaired automatically, right? Broken? That's a Grandmaster level puppet, and you found faults in it and broke it up. You entered the second level, I thought, will encounter danger, that's why I was worried. I went in and fought with the puppets, but I didn't find any levels. You only encountered 1 puppet? You didn't see any others? Hall Master. Isn't me the new apprentice I received when I pretended to be Yang Xian? I don't think he would be the master of the famous teacher hall. I encountered 2 puppets, and as I entered, one of them came at me. I didn't pay attention at the time, I used a lot of force, and I slapped it so hard that it lay on the ground and couldn't move. That's the first level? Can't move with a slap? This is the level that a 1-star famous teacher has to go through. When I first took the famous teacher assessment, I had to fight this puppet, and I almost died. This guy is good, didn't even notice. Slap fly, what the hell is he? Did I pass the last level? Yes. If I don't let you pass again, all the puppets in our famous teacher hall will be almost ruined. You have passed all 5 assessments and are now considered a famous teacher. You have passed all 5 assessments and are now considered a famous teacher. Good. I thought it would be a lot of trouble to evaluate famous teachers, but I never thought it would be so easy. Now that I am a 1-star famous teacher, I should be able to go to the famous teachers library and read books. It's a good time to look UPT Me Life of Master Kong and find out how to solve the congenital birth poison in my body. Hall Master. Master Wui, I want to assess the 2-star famous teacher. Please open the assessment venue. Assessing of a 2-star for more teacher? Hallmaster, a genius is a genius, and the speed of cultivation is really beyond what ordinary people like us can imagine. The famous teacher hall doesn't mind competition, only competition can have progress. Mo Hongi is going to be assessed as a 2-star famous teacher, which is a great fortune for this branch. Master Wu, please help Master Mo prepare for the assessment. Thank you. Hallmaster, then I'll prepare now, and you can take the assessment today. Since 2-star famous teachers can also take the assessment today, it is also troublesome to prepare for it again. How about? I also took the test along with you. Anyway, 1-star is also an exam. Since 2-star can also be assessed, there is no delay in time, just take the EXAN Anka. Oh, by the way, so you don't have to worry about it a second time, prepare once also trouble. By the way, test. This is a 2-star famous teacher. There are only 3 in the entire Tianwu kingdom. You take the test, by the way. You meant to slap me in the face, didn't you? Since you are so disrespectful, don't blame me for being rude. With the achievement that you passed the 5 levels, the assessment of the 2-star famous teacher is indeed qualified, but if you want to participate in the assessment, you must first have the qualifications. Do you have these things? The 2-star for more teacher assessment is the same as the 1-star for more teacher, and requires auxiliary occupations, if not more. The requirement is to have at least 2 auxiliary occupations, and all of them must be at the 2-star level. I am not talented, but a 2-star alchemist, a 2-star formation master, and a 2-star weaponsmith, the occupation fits perfectly. Is your auxiliary occupation sufficient? Auxiliary occupation to achieve 2 stars? 2 more? Not bad. If you don't have these auxiliary occupations, please don't bother me to assess the 2-star for more teacher T. It takes 2 occupations, doesn't it? There are 2 more. This is a 1-star calligrapher badge. Originally took a 3-star exam, but they said there was no 3-star badge, so they gave me a 2-star badge to make up. There is also a 2-star beast tamer badge. Are there really 2 2-star occupations? 2-star calligrapher, 2-star beast tamer. And he has such a powerful alchemy. Master Mo is probably a little embarrassed. Even if your occupation is sufficient, if you want to assess a 2-star master teacher, you must first have the strength of a grandmaster realm. You are now half-step grandmaster. Strength is not enough, but also not qualified. Although the half-step grandmaster is very close to the grandmaster, but still not enough to qualify. Yes, it seems that he is unable to assess the 2-star for more teacher but half-step grandmaster cultivation to defeat the grandmaster realm puppet, and find defects. This kind of strength is frightening. Grandmaster. It's true that I haven't reached it, I am only a half-step grandmaster. However, don't worry, since the assessment of 2 stars requires a grandmaster realm. Wait a moment. Wait a minute? Wait a minute. You can still break through. Well, I reached the grandmaster now. Suddenly. Breakthrough? Can you not talk like this? Understanding the various schools of techniques and gathering their knowledge to form one's own school, that is a grandmaster. When people close their eyes and open it, they are merely dozing off. You close your eyes and open them and claim that you have reached the grandmaster realm. Breakthrough? It's true, the Elira around him is clearly that of a grandmaster realm expert. He achieved a breakthrough just like that? Isn't that too simple? I have seen people who strived hard and eventually reached the Grandmaster realm after gaining enlightenment. Heard of people who went into seclusion for innumerable years and eventually succeeded. But shutting one's eyes for a moment and achieving a breakthrough. This is my first time seeing and hearing of it. It feels like a joke. THIC Trialco. Brother, you advised me last night to train diligently and accumulate experience, or else I can't achieve a breakthrough. ISS. Yet, achieving a breakthrough right before everyone's eyes today. Senior, could it be that you already had the capability to achieve a breakthrough yesterday, but you intentionally suppressed your cultivation to spare my dignity? Now that I am a Grandmaster, I should be eligible for the Star Master Teacher exam, right? STK. You've reached the Grandmaster realm, so you do fulfill the condition. So what if you have reached the Grandmaster realm? Your soul depth is only as you don't reach, you aren't eligible. Since Eve already offended you, might as well go all the way through. Big brother. Aren't you afraid that Master Zhang will ask you to wait a little longer? That there is indeed a condition stating that one's soul depth has to reach at least before one can take the Star Master Teacher exam. That's true, I remember Lil Ling telling me about it. It is indeed a point of concern that my soul depth has not reached, but don't be in such a hurry, give me a moment. STSLL. Give you another moment? Different to the case of one's cultivation, soul depth can only be raised slowly with time. I don't believe that a moment is sufficient to reach. Come Gresh Jiang Shup, that is the pavilion master of our master teacher pavilion? Zhang Xlan, what are you up to? My father is a Star Pinnacle Master Teacher, the pavilion master of the Master Teacher Pavilion. Who are you to order him about? T/S he is your father? Kiss, that's right. Step aside, I have something to talk to your father about. You? Alright, you should step aside for now. May I know the reason why Master Zhang called me here? Did you acknowledge a master teacher named Yan Zlian as your teacher yesterday? Sko, did you Walio know? You are. I didn't tell anyone about my teacher, so it is very likely that this was leaked from the teacher's side. Pavilion Master Jiang has acknowledged someone as his teacher? To become Pavilion Master Jiang's teacher, doesn't that mean that the person's ability is above that of a Star Pinnacle Master Teacher? I am Zhang Xlan, Master Yang's direct disciple. Following the customs, you should call me Gyani Senior. Father's senior? Are you for real? When did father acknowledge someone as his teacher? And you are his senior? If that's true, then what AMIP junior nephew? You are Master Yang's direct disciple? Stuus Joe, it is no wonder y'all're so formidable despite your age. So you are teacher's student. Indeed. Teacher told me about your situation and entrusted me with a cultivation technique. He said that as you cultivate accordingly, your traumas will be resolved. In fact, reaching half-step supreme will not be a problem at all. What? Yesterday, when Master Yang pointed out my problem, I thought that I would have to do several things for him before he would treat my affliction. I didn't expect him to send Master Zhang to relay the solution to me. Listen carefully. Teacher, for the bestowment. Stkis, no thank you senior for imparting this technique to me. Pavilion Master Zhang actually kneeled to this kid? He isn't kneeling to this kid, but his teacher. Which means to say, Master Zhang is really his senior. Who in the world is Master Yang? How strong is he? Father. I thought that this fellow was just bragging and that his father would destroy him, yet it was real. Es Joe, and my father even kneeled in submission? Heavens, you shallant vy like than play woo. As expected, diligence does not betray one. The moment Pavilion Master Jiang knelt down, the golden page really appeared. Seems like my previous conjecture was correct. Only the earnest gratitude from a student can form the golden page. With this, I can finally raise my soul depth. Then, without further aroga. This, swoosh. So this is the state of insight. IJO, it makes it easier to find flaws of things and deduce the solution of them. My original intention was to use the page to assimilate the contents into my mind. It has been leased now, there is no other way, I can just find a way to form more of these. Alright, Master Wu, my soul depth should be sufficient now. Ist keys anio sufficient? What do you mean? What do you mean? Surely you don't intend to say that your soul depth has exceeded. You just took a test and your soul depth was. Then you talked to Master Zhang for a while, and now you say it's enough? You mean to say that your soul depth has reached Skissy. I am not sure. But I think it should be enough. We can look for a stone of insight to test it now. The golden page is capable of raising my soul depth, but I am not sure how much can be raised at once, after all it was raised by before, and don't know if it's an exception. He said he's not sure. He doesn't know? Skisman, should it be enough? I have one here, take it. Wah. SSL. Quick, how much is it? It can't be that it has really exceeded, has it? Who knows? If it was anyone else, I will definitely think he is boasting. But this fellow. This. This. What is going on? Skiss no numbers? Could it be? While the golden page can increase my soul depth, IT can also cancel it out? The which I had painstakingly accumulated has been cancelled out? I had just boasted about the matter now. Will I be beaten to death by everyone here? Strix. Joe, since there are no numbers, this also means that your soul depth hasn't reached. As such, you aren't qualified to take the examination. Master WL, there's no need to delay it any longer. Let's begin. Brother Zhang, let me see the stone of insight in your hand. What's the matter, Pavilion Master? Crumble. This. Nangda, just like jade, the stone of insight is extremely hard. Pavilion Master John didn't even exert any force on his fingers, so why did it break? As I expected. There are only two possibilities for the stone of insight to not display a result. Firstly, one doesn't possess the state of insight. Secondly, one's soul depth has surpassed the range which the stone of insight could bear. Thus, it isn't that there isn't a result, but that it's liable to show it. The stone of insight that we lease is known as the inferior stone of insight, and it can only detect soul depth of and below. Angelo, that is to say, IT can only check the soul depth of one below the level of a Star Master teacher. Once it exceeds that level, the stone of insight will crumble. Pavilion Master means to say that Master Zhang's soul depth is possibly above. It is simple to check whether the speculation is true or not. I have an intermediate stone of insight with me. We will know the answer once we put it to the test. Senior Zhang, I will have to trouble you to give it a test. Yes. Wah. Ayat Kissy. His soul depth is. Wasn't it? Just now? How? Seems like the golden page didn't cancel out my previously accumulated soul depth. Instead, it's still as impressive as ever, Slyo, increasing my soul depth by. Once more. Soul depth is like one's age. Even if one has a good method to cultivate it, one could only accumulate it. Master Zhang, it is hard to raise one's soul depth. This is. Joe, this. From. To. In an instant, the growth was too fast. And, I didn't even know the extent of the growth of my soul depth. I doubt all of you will give up if I don't account for it today. It is indeed true that I don't know how much my soul depth had increased by. That's Beckelai's back then when I reached Heart of Tranquil Water, my teacher sealed my soul depth. Kiss, and he sternly instructed me to unly linseal it when my strength reaches a certain level. It must be Beckelai's I had reached Grandmaster Realm and regained some of my soul depth. I can't possibly speak about the golden page and the library of heaven's path, so I can only come up with an excuse and push the blame to that imaginary teacher. Sealed your soul depth, there is such a thing? How strong must your soul depth be that it had to be sealed? Istkis, and what master teacher rank does your teacher achieve to be capable of such a feat? Some people are indeed born with overwhelming soul depth. Rumor has it that Empyrean Master Khan possessed innate saint soul depth, which was comparable to that of a star master teacher. From birth, he was already destined to be extraordinary. Eventually, he went on to climb to the peak of the world and achieved many great things. Innate saint soul depth comparable to a star master teacher? Master Kong wasn't the only one. There was a Genelus in Zlanalan conferred Kingdom Master Teacher Pavilion that reached Heart of Tranquil Water at 17. During his first test, his soul depth had already reached a frightening level of, which is sufficient for one to take the Star Master Teacher exam. These talents may be rare, but they definitely exist. However, if one's soul depth is too high and their cultivation is liable to catch up, it can result in unwanted consequences. Istkis, perhaps it was due to this, the teacher chose to seal your soul depth. It was no wonder why a formidable figure like Master Yang would take him in as his student. Possessing such soul depth from birth makes him a rare Genelus. As he doesn't die, he would definitely join the ranks of a Star Master teacher. So that's the case. Soul depth is extremely hard to raise. One could only raise it by few points with decades of effort. If everyone were to star out the same as US, how could there possibly be star, or even higher ranked master teachers in the world? Sanation and SORR depth, I have fulfilled all of them. Master Wu, is there any more prerequisites to taking the Star Master Teacher exam? Why don't you list them all out at a single go, so that I can make preparations for them? Ether? There isn't anything else. Since there isn't anything else, then I should be able to take the Star Master Teacher exam, right? You can. If I knew this guy was so monstrous, I wouldn't have offended him. Not only did I lose my reputation as the #1 Genelus, I even became an egotistic lollygangstok. Istkis, since the criteria are met, let's start the exam now. There are also 5 tests to the Star Master Teacher exam, the first 4 are the same, and the only difference is the House of Trust. During House of Trust test for the Star exam, the examinee has to accept a student on the spot, and within 10 days, SM1 has to establish a trust level of with them to pass. Accept students on the spot? Have their trust level reach within 10 days? The House of Trust test will be placed at the very last. So both of you can start with the other 4 tests now. Istkism onga.o. Good. Let's start then. Master Zhang, wait a moment. It's like this. Can you take the exam after Master Mo? Ongalo, I am afraid that after you enter, something might happen to the puppets. If so, Master Mo wouldn't be able to take the test. Alright. TL/RP/CLRD/PR/TS/QC, she's soloed. As I don't need to pay for them. Mohongi is worthy of being the #1 Genelus of our Tianwil kingdom. Although his performance is not good as Zhang Xlan, but he has broken many past records. Striss. Sorry. I forgot that I broke through and didn't control my strength properly. Am really afraid as Miato Amana. Vice Pavilion Master. You both have passed the first 4 tests. For the Fanoftroensistkis, you have days to accept 1 or several 40 is considered a pass. 1 student is enough? That's right. 10 days. Can I just accept a student right now? Calm down, there are some requirements to the student you. During the House of Trust test, we will tell the public that YOL had gone out of the city to complete a mission, but it's a lie to prevent unnecessary trouble. Trouble? Just like what I previously mentioned, the House of Trust test requires you to accept new students and induce a trust level of with them. With both of your current identity, there will be countless people who are willing to come under your tutelage, and thus making it easy to reach the required trust level. This Both of us are currently potential star master teachers. If we were to accept students at this moment, it would be too easy. If we can't use our current identity, then, the Master Teacher Pavilion will assign you 2 new identities and alter your appearances before sending you 2 into Tianwol Academy as ordinary teachers. Within 10 days, the 2 of you have to lease your new identity to recruit students and bring their trust level up to pass the test. In this period of time, Yoli 2 are not to reveal your identity or contact anyone. Else, it will be taken as a fail. The Master Teacher Pavilion will prepare your new identities tomorrow, and these new identities will be able to pass any identity check in the city. Tomorrow morning, following the departure of public recruitment, both of you shall attend the recruitment. The Samthakan in aware te your trao is identities. You can why depend on separate students here, as all pass the Hulse of Trust, you will be considered passed, and we will present the star emblem right away. There is still some time left today for both of you to make any necessary preparations. However, you mustn't tell anyone where you are going and who YOL are disguising as. This should be kept as a secret during the star exam. Istkis no. Vice Pavilion like to read some books regarding master teachers. May I know where they are? You wish to browse through the books? The library is over there. However, you are only a star master teacher, so you are only entitled to look through the star library. The star library is still out of limits to you. Alright. What did you say? Someone broke Mo Hongyi's records one after another? Pavilion Master Jiang Sr.? His teacher is a master teacher ranked above star? Passed the Star Master T teacher exam, I heard that even His Majesty the Emperor wants to pay him a personal visit. To think that there isn't any information on Empyrean Master Kong nor any Grandmaster Realm Cultivation Technique Manliels? Star Master teachers are mainly of profound connection. Grandmaster Realm Cultivation Technique Manliels are leaseless to them. It must be because Star Master teachers doesn't have the right to come into contact with a figure of Master Kong's level yet. Forget it, let's head back. Alphalai, there are no Grandmaster Cultivation Technique secret manuals. There are still quite a number of Profound Connection and Half-Step Grandmaster Cultivation Technique secret manuals. Can among them slightly and pass them to Zhaoya and the others to cultivate. Morning. Master Zhang, the public recruitment exercise of Tianlai Academy is about to start. Let's hurry. US? Who are you? Istkis no. Mo Hongyi? Yes. This is the new identity and information prepared by Pavilion Master for lease. Please take a look at it. The mask actually fused into the skin, making it impossible to touch or see it. Even one's Elira can't be detected. As expected of an object from the Master Teacher Pavilion, it is indeed formidable. I.O. Doesn't the Academy literally only recruit new teachers at the start of the term so that students can choose their own teacher when they enroll? That's right. It's been already months since the class started and it's middle of the term. Even if we were to get accepted, was we then the teachers give their students to US? This is Bekalai. Some teachers of the Academy have left for some unknown reasons, resulting in vacancies for their classes. Thus, they decided to recruit new teachers to take charge of these classes so as to not delay their lessons. Vacancies for their classes? You mean that once hired, will take over their classes? It's not a school-wide student and teachers select TION exercise? Wait, taking a class straight and having a student choose you are two different concepts. Strislio. Taking a class means that everything was already decided beforehand, and there is no way one can change it. One is allowed to choose freely and take in students of one's liking. Select students? How can that be possible? It is not the start of the term, there's no student for you to choose. Besides, given our current identity, it is unlikely that students will choose lease either. Miss. That's true. By the way, how are the grades divided in Tianwol Academy? Don't know that? At times, this fellow seems so monstrous that it makes others despair. Other times, he seems so innocent, knowing nothing at all, like a newborn infant. One's cultivation must at least be a true essence realm. There are a total of 4 grades, and they correspond to true essence, body tempering, cauldron strength, and acupoint opening respectively. Upon reaching acupoint opening, one can apply for graduation. ST's teachers are allowed to accept new students every year. As such, most teachers will have students of all 4 grades. These rules are similar to those of Hongtian Academy. If my previous self didn't release his students' cultivation to go berserk, I would have had old students as well. Just line up in front. If you too are here for the teacher Nika.jo interview, please write down your personal details here and line up over there. May I ask if everyone here is for the teacher interview? That's right. Simply then. How many teachers is Tianlai Academy recruiting? Oh. We are accepting a total of 5 teachers. 3 had already passed the interview. So there are only 2 slots remaining. Only 10 over 100 teachers are competing for 2 slots. Wasn't the test supposed to be on increasing the trust level of the students? Why did it suddenly become a recruitment test instead? If we were to fail the interview, will that count as an immediate failure? It's my first time taking STAR exam as well. How am I supposed to know what's going to happen? Aren't these teachers still quelling up? Why had 3 of them passed already? /O What are the prerequisites for the recruitment of these teachers? Oh, the principal looked over their eye that they research table, he immediately brought them in. Those 3 who were accepted are half-step grandmaster experts, so they are more than qualified to become teachers. Half-step grandmaster? With that level of cultivation, one is already qualified to become an elder at Tianlai Academy, so it's not surprising that they would be accepted immediately. Alright, you two should queue up as well. Alright, thank you. Are you two here to apply as well? Profound connection primary stage, I think the both of you show cyst leave, even the worst of the lot here have reached intermediate stage. Tris. The ability to impart knowledge is the most important ability of a high cultivation? Despite your young age, you sure have a fiery temper. Istris, I am saying these words for your own good. I am afraid that you will just waste your time. Everyone, no need to be in line, you can stand in front. I am sure everyone have heard about the shortage of teachers in the academy. Since all of you AP applied, I believe all of you are informed of the citation of the classes. However, I should still say a few things about these 2 classes in advance. These 2 classes were left by teacher Hui Yi and teacher by Feng Xia Bai, principal of Tianwu Academy. Thus, the students of these classes are outstanding. I hope to recruit a worthy teacher so that their talents don't go to waste. Hui Yi and Bai Feng? You know them? They are famous star teachers in Tianlai Academy and their teaching skills are outstanding. Furthermore, they are Pavi Lion Master Jian's apprentices. Eve heard that students Trayasert or top Tians was STR. We thought. Say Kismang, I thought it would be a piece of a cake. Trust in 10 days, which is more than enough. But didn't expect it to be not. I know that all of you present here have an extensive amount of teaching experience and are official teachers qualified by the guild. Since that's the case, you'll choose based on your teaching standards. If I were to make a decision based on your resline by asking a few questions, no matter accept the result. Istkis io. Choose based on our teaching standards? What about the 3 teachers from before? A teacher is responsible for imparting knowledge and clarifying the doubts of the students. A teacher is to guide a student onto the right path so that he will be able to reach greater heights. No matter how high a person's cultivation is, if he is liable to teach, it's in vain. This kind of test is indeed fitting for a teacher interview. The fundamental responsibility of a teacher is to teach. If one is inept in teaching, then everything is useless. Do you people really don't know how the first 3 teachers were chosen? I have 2 students here and each of them are facing some problems. The academy will recruit whoever who manages to solve their problems. If 2 people were to solve their problem, the one who does it better will have the priority. Kisleo, who wants to take a look first? I'll do it. He still dares to affiest FOD this young man. Doesn't he know that those who take first lead are the most vulnerable? Not bad. A teacher should have this kind of adventurous attitude. It is impossible to bring lip good students by cowering fearfully. Damn it! How dare you not follow the rules? If Slash knew this earlier, I would have rushed over. This guy hasn't even made a move but already got the favor of Principal 11. My name Ing Tao, a teacher from Hengdian Jiaoyan. Can you both execute a set of martial arts skills for me? Yes. Alright, you can give your evaluation now. J.O. The battle technique that this lady executed was clear water fleeting cloud hands that prided itself on its nimble and smooth movements. Alphalai her movements excited elegance and also displayed her solid foundation in that technique. She is lacking in true chi. When she was moving abilate, her movements seemed slightly strained. If I am sense. As such, she isn't too adept with the utilization of true chi. Lun It is clear that she had trained hard to perfect the battle technique. Her movements are skilled, beautiful and precise, but due to her lack of true chi, they are just empty movements. If she were my student, I would ask her to immerse herself in her cultivation and try her best to gather true chi first and then recommend her to cultivate the Academy's Lucid Jade technique. You possess great brute might. As such, you have good affinity with strength-based cultivation technique and battle technique. I think that searing bamboo art is the most suitable for you. Say ha the scram all of that. I should have volunteered myself earlier. Indeed. He got the opportunity to step up first. If I were to go LP now, IT would just look forced and this will just look bad on me. Damn it. Well said. Is there anyone who wants to add on? It is Tanchuan Academy's teacher Du Sun. I heard that He's a star teacher and is already accepted Asian apprentice by a master teacher. Indeed. Eve attended his lessons before. He's truly incredible. Allow me. T/S. I have seen the skills they executed and I can also tell that the movements of this female student here are nimble. The teacher before is right to say that she is suited to cultivate Lucid Jade technique. This female student has only reached true essence for 3 months, yet she was able to master such a powerful battle technique. Given how she is able to complement her body and true chi so well, this shows that she is talented. The Lucid Jade technique can only be considered an ordinary cultivation technique for the ladies. If one's talent is mediocre, there is no problem cultivating it. However, given her high aptitude, cultivating such a technique is a waste. I think that it will be better if she cultivates maiden method instead. As for this male student, his movements are forceful. Indeed, strength-based techniques such as searing bamboo art are more suitable for him. Are direct, Sharon pointed straight toward one's vitals. This shows that he has outstanding battle experience. Ist Kislo while searing bamboo skilled in the offense, I think that it will be more suitable for him to cultivate domineering heaven's might instead. This technique allows one's true chi to burst at short intervals and this better complements his strengths. I am done. Very good. Ist keys below damn it. Alright, is there anyone who wants to add on? If no one has anything else to add on, the slots will be. Allow me. Principal, if I am not wrong, the problem you spoke of earlier wasn't referring to their cultivation, but something else. Something else? Ridiculous. What can a teacher teach other than cultivation? Oh. Tell me about it. Regardless of whether this female student cultivates the Lucid Jade technique or maiden method, there isn't too much of a difference. Just like what teacher Du Xlan said, she possesses great talent, so the difference in cultivation technique won't affect her too much. Slightly weaker, she has already cultivated it for many years and is already familiar with it. Changing it abruptly will just impede her progress. As she did given proper between the two cultivation techniques. Thus, in my opinion, her greatest problem isn't her cultivation technique or the need to reinforce her true essence realm cultivation. It is instead her dislike to studying. Dislike to study? That's right, continue on. Dislike to study? What the heck? How in the world can one tell such a matter? As expected of the number one generalist of Tianwal Kingdom and a potential. This female student possesses superior talent, but she has a cold disposition and she seems unwilling to interact with others. Since her talent is not bad, how can she still be a true essence realm given her age? Clearly, she isn't serious about her training. That's right. Everyone said that her talent is good, but reaching true essence primary stage at 2-year-old, she barely even met the prerequisites to enter the academy. Theoretically, it doesn't make sense at all. Maybe it's true. She has the talent but isn't interested in training. If you don't want to cultivate, you'll be confined to the academy. As time goes by, one will be tired of studying. Aptitude in cultivation level. His discernment ability is way too incredible. This female student's dislike to Waro's studying was probably the problem. As for him, if I am not wrong, he's probably a problematic youth who often gets engaged in battle, causing him to face the threat of expulsion. The reason for thinking so? Simple. I have examined the battle techniques he displayed just now, and even though it is modeled from the knowledge one learns in a classroom, his movements were aimed straight for the vitals. Clearly, he had undergone quite a few battles, refining his movements to be swift and precise and his strength even more violent. Strislow, but of course, that isn't the main point. More importantly, when he executes the battle techniques, there is a savage gleam in his eyes and one could easily feel kill intent from him. Given his personality, it is normal for him to fall out with his classmates easily. This kind of problematic youth often causes trouble for an academy, and it is within expectations for him to be facing the threat of expulsion. To deduce so much from a mere battle technique, this fellow's eye of discernment and analysis ability is beyond that of an ordinary teacher. How can that problem be solved then? Since she dislikes studying, we have to look for a way to invoke her interest in cultivating. As the male student faces the threat of expulsion, we just have to suppress his urge to fight with other students. However, this is a continuous process. It can't be accomplished in a day or two. You've been recruited. To be capable of seeing through the problem and the student's attitude through their battle techniques bears testimony to your eye of discernment. Is there anyone who still has anything to say? Regularly so for this selection exercise will be this teacher Sun Chang and teacher Du Sun. I don't have any objections. There is nothing more we can say, so we might as well not humiliate ourselves. Wait a moment. Why don't I say something as well? Just now I had already said all that I could see. If this genius who had surpassed me is liable to say, "Kiss, this fellow sure has no sense of friendship." He could have left something for me to say, but he chose to touch on everything, leaving me in a spot. This teacher's son and Principal Xia had already revealed the purpose of the test, so there's no lease for me to repeat their words once more. Why don't I solve the problems of these two students on the spot? Solve their problems on the spot? What kind of joke is this? One of them dislikes studying while the other one is facing expulsion. These are the two most difficult problems to solve. Even if there is a solution, it would take a long period of time, just as Teacher Sun has said. Solving it now? How arrogant! Why don't you tell us your solution to their problems? Simple. But there's something I need to tell you closely. Teacher, please accept me as your student. I am willing to learn seriously under your tutelage. What is going on? Her attitude sure changed faster than the weather. These two aren't acting, are they? What did you just say to make her attitude change so abruptly? She does dislike studying, but it isn't because of her disinterest. It is because of her physical condition. I saw through her problem and promised her that I will solve it for her, so naturally, she is willing to study under me. That simple? If she has a physical condition, why didn't she mention it before? Why did she keep it to herself? This is a matter regarding her privacy, so how could she be willing to speak of it? Joe, if that's the case, then I won't ask any further. What about his problem? If you can make him promise not to fight with other students anymore, we will take it as YOL have passed this selection exercise and the academy will recruit you as an official teacher. Alright. Do you like fighting with others? That's simple. You. The heck? What is this guy doing? Beating up a student? Doesn't he know that it is forbidden to get physical with a student? What are you doing? If you want to use violence to solve things. Thank you, teacher, for your help. I have promised to never fight with anyone ever again. Help? This kid. He's not a masochist, is he? Outraged. Is he for real? It is one thing for you not to know the rules of the master teacher exam, but you would have at least taken a class before, you would have at least to light some students before. As a star master teacher examinee, how could you not know these fundamental rules? Teacher Lil, you. Teachers aren't allowed to beat students up. Kano beat students up? Who said that I had beaten a student? Did I beat you up? No. I am indebted to teacher. You did it to save me, you did not beat me up. Brother, can you be any more arrogant? We all saw you beat the student. It is one thing for you not to admit it, but you even threatened the student. Do you think that we are all blind? This is. Kiss you had beaten up and threatened a student before me and not take me seriously. Teacher Lil, punishing a student physically is already a violation of the responsibilities of a teacher. I will report this matter to the teacher guild, so you should prepare yourself for the sanction from the guild. Also, our Tianwol Academy is unwilling to recruit a dishonorable and irresponsible teacher like you, so please leave immediately. Sanction? Irresponsible? Is this your judgment on the matter? That's right. SS no given your eye of discernment, you still call yourself a star master teacher? Honestly, I would really like to ask. Are you blind? Did this fellow just insult Principal CA? The heck? He physically punished a student and insulted a star master Tiaker. Is this fellow insane? This is the principal of Tianwol Academy, a Grandmaster Pinnacle expert. In terms of strength, he is ranked in the top 10 of the academy. Not to mention, he is a star master teacher as well. To say that he is blind. Teacher Lil, do you know that you are insulting a master teacher? Istkis no. Insulting a master teacher? Someone is insulting the identity of a master teacher, but it isn't me. It is you. Stai Menkalo you. Blood calamity spider. It is a unique type of savage beast around the size of a human's thumb. It feeds on blood and often moves airland in the dark, and its body carries a lethal poison. Kiss if a cultivator were to fall prey linder this spider's poison, he won't die immediately. However, the venom will numb his nerves and cause a change in his personality. He will become violent and want to battle others. This is Bekalai's only battle could calm the boiling poison in his body and bring him peace. Joe, there is actually such a savage beast? Is there really such a strange poison in the world? He had been poisoned and it was already at an extremely severe stage. Thus, he couldn't help but fight with others to calm his raging emotions. Raging emotions. Did you all notice that even though the movements of his battle techniques were sharp and lethal, there was a trace of redness in his eyes? For normal cultivators, it is impossible for their fights to affect their mental state and change the color of their eyes. Trace of redness. I noticed it too, but I thought like that it was Bekalai's of his agitation. That's right, I saw it too. I thought that it was Bekalai's of his unique battle technique. Could it really be Bekalai's of a lethal poison? How is that possible? If he was poisoned, why couldn't any of least detect it? So you are blind. You? I wasn't beating him lip just now. I was using a unique method to force the poison out of his body. If you don't believe me, you can look at the blood on the floor. The stone slab was actually corroded? SS Joe, that is a really lethal poison. He was indeed poisoned. And Teacher Lily wasn't beating him up just now, he was expelling his poison. Istkis, usually, one would die within 3 months of falling prey to the blood calamity spider's poison. Judging from his current state, it's only been a month, so he isn't in any danger. That's also the reason why he was able to suppress the poison with his cultivation, making it impossible for anyone to notice it. Despite being the top academy in Tianwol Kingdom, how could you all not know that one of your students had fallen prey to lethal poison? It is out of kindness that I saved him, yet you framed me of beating him up and even threatened to report this to the T-Share Guild. Such obvious poison, I failed to see it. Teacher Lil, please calm down. Poison Master is an Linkaman occupation and very few people have knowledge of it. It's normal for one not to know of it. Just through his battle technique, and even solve it. This means that Zhang Xuan's mastery of poison had probably reached the level of a grandmaster. Star Painter, Star Beast Tamer, and pill forging skills exceeding that of a star Alchemist. How many hidden capabilities is this fellow hiding up his sleeves? Previously, I thought my opponent was only better in alchemy and beast taming. But now it seems he hasn't displayed his full strength at all. Even if you didn't know that it was lethal poison, that student had already said that I am saving him. Yet, you still chose to dolt me. Is this the discerning ability that a Star Master teacher should have? It's due to my lack of observation. I am truly unworthy of the title of Star Master teacher. Istkis, no, alright, there's no need to be depressed. Just continue learning and don't come to a conclusion recklessly before clarifying the situation. This is the principle of Tianwol Academy. Yet, he is being lectured as though he was a student by a mere ordinary teacher. This guy is too. So, will I be accepted into the academy? Of course, you're accepted into the academy. If you're not accepted into this academy even with such capabilities, then I would really be unworthy to be the principal. Io Tianwu Academy Backyard Senior. Skisman Gajo Mu Zuijing Meng Tao, what news have you uncovered? Is it reliable? I have looked into the matter, and Ondalo that Master Teacher Zhang Xuan is indeed an incredible figure. However, I heard that he is in the midst of this Star Master Teacher exam and has to leave the capital for a while. In fact, based on what Eve just found out, he seems to be even more amazing than what you said. Hire him? Senior, Master Zhang is a figure who is going to become a Star Master teacher. How can the academy afford to hire him? I know it as well, but I can't help but hold such expectations. I really wish that I can listen to his lecture once. Given how talented his lessons must be deep and profound. Perhaps I might even achieve a breakthrough in my cultivation. ISTK Anga, no, right, isn't the academy recruiting teachers today? Are the results out? There's not much news circulating at the moment. But from what I gathered, there are only a handful of star teachers applying for the position. The rest of them are just some ordinary teachers. Bad news, bad news. Calm down, don't panic. What's wrong? Didn't I ask you to camp outside the Elder Hall to check out the accepted teachers? Why are you already back? Could it be that the results are already out? Yes. So fast. I saw the principal pass the identity tokens of our class over to a young teacher. However, I saw. You are murdering us with anxiety. What did you see? I saw the teacher beating up a freshman to the point the other party was vomiting blood. Kiss freshman to the point he was vomiting blood? A teacher beating up a student? Such violence is unheard of in Tianwol Academy. You said that the principal gave our identity tokens to this fellow? Yes, and after grabbing the tokens, he immediately started walking toward our class. He should be arriving S. Arriving S? Doesn't the teacher guild prohibit T-shares from getting physical with students? Why would the academy hire this kind of teacher? Striss Senior, could it be that the academy knew that our class Is uncontrollable, so they intentionally found such a teacher to teach us a lesson and beat Lise into submission? Jie no Meng Tao, tell everyone to gather in the classroom. Let's see if he has the capability to do so. However, what can we do about ITP? The Academy has assigned him to US, and our identity tokens are already in his hands. Unless we head to the AD administrative office to request for a teacher switch, there's nothing we can do in this situation. Even if we can't get he has to at least have a star teacher. If we were to come under the tutelage of an aggressive fellow like him, our future will be ruined. Why don't we intentionally go against him and refuse to follow his instructions? Since we can't do anything to our teacher, then we should still be allowed to ask questions, right? We are all were to try to torment our teacher. Once the teacher guild learns of it, we'll surely be punished. What do we do then? There are quite a few students in our class who like painting, tea ceremony, formations, equipment forging, alchemy. We can ask questions about these. If he is liable to answer those questions, let's see if he still has the cheek to remain here. That's a good plan. Yes, not only this will offend him, it will also humiliate him at the same time, 2 birds with 1 stone. Wait. He is supposed to be a teacher guiding Lise on our cultivation. If we were to ask about these, he could just say that he isn't adept in those occupations. If so, our plan will be foiled. Is this the class I will be taking? I have already thought of that as well. We can just exert some pressure on him. That's right. Later, when that teacher arrives, I will say that I have met with Master Teacher Zhang Xuan and he has expressed the intention to accept me as his student. If that's the case, with Master Zhang as a backing, that teacher will surely be intimidated. He probably will be hesitant to go too far, and he will be too embarrassed to admit to knowing nothing at all as well. Just that, if Master Zhang were to realize that we had made Lise of his name, won't we be in trouble? Kiss, how is that possible? Master Zhang is an amazing genius, a star master teacher as well. We probably won't even get a chance to meet him in our entire life. Who asked him to suddenly become so famous all of a sudden, so much that everyone in the streets is talking about HAMP? Besides, it's just a name, he probably won't ever find out about it. Also, when that teacher arrives, make sure not to display your hostility. All of you must be respectful to him so as to not allow him to grab hold of any of your handles. Yes. Wankaho Sr., did you really meet Master Teacher Zhang Xuan yesterday? And he said that he wanted to take you in as his student? Senior, if you were to become his student, you must bring me to meet him. I am Heil fan. Ist Kisleo met me? And I intended to take her in as my student? But I never met this girl before. I spent the entire day at the Master Teacher Pavilion yesterday, and came here for the public recruitment right after leaving the library, so how could I have met a Tianwell Academy student? Mancano, don't worry, Master Zhang is currently in the midst of conducting a mission for his already be a star master teacher. Even though it'll be difficult, I will plead with him to conduct a lecture for us. HUHP, who are you? Why are you in our classroom? I have come lender the dispatchment of the be your teacher for this term. Our teacher? I heard he beat up some students, I thought. Paying respect to teacher. Greeting teacher. Greeting teacher. Yes. My name is Lu Chilmi Teacher Litsan. I will be guiding you all on your cultivation from now onward. But I just heard YOL have met Master Teacher Zhang's lion? I wonder what he looks like. This ist Kisleo reporting to Teacher Lu. It was just a stroke of good luck. He is slightly taller than Teacher Lily. He has a muscular build and a charming smile on his face. Dressed in a green robe. His eyes are electrifying, giving people a feeling of who is linselied by the world, as though a deity in the heavens. From the appearance alone, I am an ordinary person, how can I be so fancy? Based on my knowledge, if a Star Master teacher intends to accept a student, talentless people would definitely jump at that opportunity. Furthermore, Master Teacher Zhang's lion is a genius among geniuses. So, why would he accept you as his student? I helped him on a minor affair yesterday, and upon realizing that my talent is still acceptable, Master Zhang decided to take me in. As for the details, I don't really know either. I see. Since Master Zhang is willing to take you in, as a normal teacher, I can't compete with him. You do have the right to choose your teacher as well. Here is your identity token, you should go to him. What do you mean? Shouldn't teacher Lily value me more after hearing that Master Zhang was interested in accepting me? This wasn't how it should have gone. 'Tis I don't mean anything. It just means that you're expelled. Expelled? Teacher. Are you kidding with me? I am a genius. Regardless of where I am someone who all teachers want under their tutelage. Yet, to expel me at first sight? Teachers want under their tutelage, yet, to expel me at first sight? That's right. As a student, instead your teacher. Of what lease are you to me? Don't worry, I'll report this matter to the academy and have them post an announcement to inform all students of the matter. Thus, you can feel free to go to Master Zhang. I knew that this teacher was eccentric, but this was way too eccentric. Based on my predictions, even if he didn't believe that Slash was acquainted with Master Zhang, he would at least be intimidated. After all, what if I really was acquainted with Master Zhang? Even the principal would have to take me seriously if that was the case. Yet, this fellow didn't even bother to weigh the consequences before expelling me from his class. If scoring poorly in the teacher qualification exam was the most shameful matter for a teacher, then being expelled was the most shameful matter for a student. Even if my cultivation were to reach a high level, this blemish would continue to remain with me no matter where I go. I am not fooling teacher. You aren't fooling me? Firstly, despite the sound I made coming in, you, as I acupoint opening realm, didn't notice me at all. Instead, you continued chatting with the others. Do you think that it makes sense? You chose to disregard the presence of a teacher. Also, to intentionally say that you know Master Teacher Zhang's lion before me. Let's put aside the question of whether it is real or not. If it is real, it means that you are leasing Master Zhang's reputation to oppress me. Based on clause of the student guidelines, making lease of your background to disrespect one's teacher or even threaten him is prohibited. In severe cases, one might even be expelled. Ts Langa no, on the other hand, if it is false, that means that you are lying to your teacher. This is violating clause of the student guidelines, spreading false rumors to mislead or deceive a teacher. This can also lead to expulsion. Regardless of which it is, if we were to operate strictly by the rules, you will be expelled. What else do you have to say for yourself? Luckily, the student guidelines of Tianwell Academy were pasted all over the ACA Dimi and I had memorized them all. This bunch of kids wanted to climb over my head. Then I should first teach them that I am not one to be trifled with. Didn't he just arrive at the academy? More importantly, I thought that he is a person who settles matters physically. Why are his verbal skills equally powerful? ISTK Anaga. Oh, pack up your things and leave. I welcome students with their own opinions and thoughts, but I don't welcome students who fan others to stand against me. TS Teacher. Senior Mu is the most talented student in our class. Despite being only this year, she has already reached acupoint opening realm. She is our goal and direction. So we beseech teacher to rescind your order. Kiss most talented student? Goal and direction? She started training when she was 7, and it has been 11 years since Sun Trin Outin Soothing. Despite having learned the floating accomplishment in it. Also, she isn't adept in it yet, and in a battle, she's still liable to bring out its full might. On top of that, at least 7 of her acupoints are completely sealed by her turbid true chi, making it difficult for her to advance Indiana her cultivation. Even reaching Profiland Connection Realm will be a huge hurdle for her. This can be called talented as well? You must be joking. Due to the excessive number of pills I had consumed in the past few years, pill poison had accumulated in my body, making it extremely difficult for me to raise my cultivation. Otherwise, I would have long applied for gradation upon reaching Aclapoint opening realm. / wouldn't have to remain in the academy all this while. In the previous academy tournament, Senior Mu was ranked number 10. She is one of the most talented geniuses in the ACA Demi, and everyone agrees on it. Why? Are you saying that she isn't a genius? Being a genius isn't about how far one can progress in a limited period of time, but how far one is able to go. It is incredible that she has reached Acupoint opening realm at her age, but due to pill poison accumulating in her body and the fact that she has cultivated a mindset of reliance on them, her future growth is limited. She isn't of the OIHE hand, are in better position than her. Even though your cultivation is only at body tempering realm primary stage, you have trained your physical body well, and your state of mind is steady as well. If I am not wrong, there's a beast tamer in your family who leaves the blood essence of a savage beast to help you raise your cultivation. Gallo, such a method is similar to consuming medicine to raise one cultivation, but as the blood essence of savage beasts is more compatible with the human body, not only will it not hinder your cultivation, it will even make your muscles more compact, thus raising your strength. You as well. You have a reserved personality, and there is a scholarly Elira around you. Also, I can see several call leases between your thumb and yohink that there is any batlet technique that would result in that. Of experts. Istkis, however, it is a pity that you aren't looking deep enough, resulting in your failure to capture the essence and spirit of whatever you see. If you are to continue painting like wilt ever create a spiritual canvas or infused in 10 Tyans level painting. IJOS for you, you must be interested in tea ceremony. And you, if I am not wrong, your supporting occupation should be a blacksmith. See you such, you oughtn't pick any supporting occupation. And you. This. ISTH, how is he able to tell the problems in our cultivation and supporting occupations just by looking? His discerning ability was truly at a frightening level. Ista Swaingano, the class teacher by Fan left behind, is one of the best classes in the entire academy, Elder Hall, but it's also the hardest to teach in. I wonder if Teacher Lil can subdue them and make them listen to him obediently. Skis, I am afraid that it will be difficult. Those students are troublesome. Have you forgotten the teachers we sent to them before? They didn't even last for a day. Their senior sister Mu's leaking is the only delighter of the Star Alchemist Master Mu of the Alchemist Guild. He treats her like a treasure. She has a high cultivation base and a lot of tricks. Ordinary teachers wouldn't dare to offend him. If that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have to conduct a public recruitment for them. Especially this class. We had sent several teachers already, but none of them lasted for more than a few days before being chased away. However, Teacher Lily easily solved two of the most difficult problems, disliked to study and prone to violence. He even reprimanded the principal at that. He isn't any simple figure as well. He might really be able to subdue all of these students. This Lil Lasher is indeed gutsy, but each of those students is a thorny one. I wonder what kind of conflicts would emerge when the two of them meet one another. Say, do you all think that they will fight this? This is bad. If they were to fight, given the background of those students, it might cause a huge uproar. That's right, we have to stop them. It's over, look. TS leaking, why are you kneeling outside? Hurry up and get lip. Kiss Joe, we will deal with that Teacher Lil for you. I can't. I've done wrong, so it's only deserving for me to be punished. If I were to stand up now, Teacher Lil will surely expel me. If so, how can I face my father? It's deserving for you to be punished? You have done wrong? ML's leaking is nicknamed the Little Demoness, yet, to be kneeling at the door and admitting her mistakes. Indeed. After Teacher Lil's guidance, I realized my own shortcomings, and I am willing to study under him as his student. Elders, there's no need to persuade me anymore. Guidance? Realized your own shortcomings? Onga. Possible that Teacher Lily has already started? That male student from before also changed his attitude after being beaten up. Could ML's leaking be the same as well? To come in. Really? Yes. Great. It doesn't seem like she has been beaten up. If she was beaten into submission, there should at least be some injuries on her. Even if she wasn't injured, she should harbor some resentment toward the other party. To run in excitedly the moment the teacher called for her to enter, to the point that her face was red in agitation. Yaora called Meng Tao, right? Elder? Did Teacher Lil inflict any physical punishment on you all? Physical punishment? Teacher Lil is such an amiable person, why would he inflict physical punishment on Lise? Then, what happened to Mu's leaking just now? Oh, Senior ML did it of her own volition. The teacher didn't say anything. Teacher got her to pack up and leave this classroom to join the other classes, but Senior would change his mind. Of her own volition? Based on previous experiences, if a teacher dared to talk to her like that, this yoling miss would have already wished to the elder hall to Kalise ruckus. Why was she keeping silent this time, even willingly kneeling at the door? Nah, so. To get back now. Farewell. Is this really that most linearly and troublesome class of the? Why does it feel like we're in the wrong classroom? Master Lil, how long will it take before teacher finishes his Star Master Teacher exam and returns? Zhang Xuan's Residenke. No, I don't know either. I've tried looking into the affair at the Master Teacher Pavilion this morning, and based on what I've got, he has already left the capital to conduct the mission, and they estimated that it would take at least 10 days. That is quite long. TS 10 days isn't really long, it depends on how you look at it. How about I bring you all Aralin Tianwol Royal City so that you all can expand your horizons? Expand our horizons? Sure. Where are we going? Why don't I bring you all to Tianwol Academy first? That is the greatest academy in the 13 surrounding kingdoms, a sacred land for cultivators. From time to time, the master teachers from the Master Teacher Pavilion will head there to conduct lectures. It might be good for you to take a look around there. Master teachers conduct lectures there as well? The greatest? Master Zhang would take a minimum of 10 days anyway, it would be good to take a look. I heard that Tianwol Academy promotes a free learning environment, so we can enter the lesson of any teacher freely without reporting in advance. It would be good for you to listen to the lectures of other teachers as well. In less than 2 hours, all of the students in the classroom had their cultivation raised significantly. With just a few words, he was able to point out the problems in their cultivation and resolve them. Even the master teachers I met wasn't so formidable. ASTO get a person to achieve a breakthrough in their cultivation with just a few casual words. How can he be so powerful? He is probably on par with Master Zhang. Well, there's only you left over there. Teacher Lil, Luchong doesn't like to speak. Luchong, I heard that his cultivation and family background are ordinary. And it is because he kneeled at the entrance of Tianwu Academy for 7 days straight that an exception was made for him? To be able to kneel for so long to become a student of the academy, you do have the tenacity. But, cultivation isn't all about tenacity. The cultivation technique you are currently practicing is frost martial technique, right? Please don't blame him, Teacher Lu. He is like that. We have been ether for more than 2 years, but he hasn't spoken more than 3 sentences. Oh? He hasn't spoken more than 3 sentences in 2 years? I will make him speak more than 3 sentences now. If you were to cultivate on like that, you won't even reach acupoint opening realm in 10 years. At this rate, you will be dead before you can exact your vengeance. Vengeance? How did he know I am planning to take revenge? Damn it! Was I discovered? Teacher, how did you know that my goal is to exact vengeance? Revenge? In 2 years I have been with Lu Chong, but I had never heard that he had a grudge against anyone. You don't have to bother how I know of it. Your vengeance is both a motivation as well as a hindrance to your cultivation. You are suppressing your worries too deep within, and it has suppressed your cultivation, making it difficult for you to achieve a breakthrough. I know that the reason you refuse to speak is because you're afraid that you might accidentally speak of your enemy's name and make them aware of your existence. Don't worry, long as you believe in me, I promise you that you will be able to exact your vengeance within 10 days. 10 days? I am only at Cauldron Strength primary stage, whereas my enemy is a Profound Connection realm expert. There is a huge gap between the two, and it's impossible to surpass that, let alone 10 days. Even 5 years would be insufficient for me to catch up. It's your choice to choose whether you want to believe me or not. However, you only get this one chance. Teacher Lil, please guide me. It has been more than 3 sentences. My enemy is a Profound Connection realm expert. If it was that simple, I wouldn't have to cultivate day and night for the past 2 years. More importantly, Teacher promised me that I would be able to get my revenge within 10 days. Teacher, can I really exact vengeance within 10 days? I have never told anyone about my blood feld, and I never expressed it either. In order to prevent myself from revealing it in my dreams or such, I even feigned light. I was confident that I had hidden it well. But Teacher Lil was able to conclude that I was shouldering a huge grudge just by hearing of my past affairs and my cultivation state. His capability was way too fearsome. Since I have promised you as such, I have my own ways. However, my method will be painful, and whether you can take it or not will be left to your will. On as I can have my wean to suffer any kind of pain. Alright. There's a special occupation which none is willing to come in contact with or bring lip. Have Yoli heard of poison masters? I have. Teacher, called it be that. Isn't poison master a job which Ioki down on by the others? Could it be that Teacher Lily is a poison master? Or does he want me to learn the skills of a poison master? I am not a poison master, and I won't teach you that either. But I have a way that can raise your strength quickly, and it will require the use of poison. Even though it won't be detrimental to your future cultivation, you will have to suffer excruciating pain. Furthermore, if you fail to endure it, you will die. I saw the method to cultivate the poison body in the poison hall before. Once one managed to successfully cultivate the poison body, not only would one be immune to the toxicity of poisons, one's strength, spirit, and agility would be enhanced significantly as well, granting one significantly higher fighting prowess. Other than the Heaven's Path divine art, the only way to raise his strength immensely within the limited time/have is this. While I am cultivating, my enemy isn't resting either. Given my talent of only a single rise in a cultivation realm every 2 years, it is impossible for me to ever surpass the other party. I only have this one opportunity, no matter how painful it is, long as I can take willing. The cultivation technique that I am about to impart you must not be leaked to anyone. Otherwise, even if I don't do anything, you will suffer a recoil from your true chi and Yoli will die tragically. I, Luchon, swear to never impart the cultivation technique and secret arts Teacher Lil impart me to anyone else, and if I worry soul dissipate. May me to anyone else, and if I were to break my vow, may my soul dissipate. Cultivating the poison body requires the complementation of poison. I don't have such medicinal herbs on me at the moment, so I will impart the cultivation technique to you tomorrow. However, I will teach you another technique that can strengthen your physical body. You should learn it well, as a strong physical body is required to withstand the lethal poison. I will only recite the cultivation formula once. How much you remember and understand will depend on your ability. Don't let me down. This is true Q/transmission technique? Wait and hat, this technique? At the very least, this technique is at Phantom Pinna CL or above. If it were to put on election, it would definitely fetch an astronomical sum, even the Tianwol royal family would go crazy for it. Such a valuable technique, yet Teacher Lily to like me without asking for anything. Teacher, thank you for your bestowment. I will give you an hour. Let's see how much you can cultivate. You should start cultivating now. Teacher Lil said that he would grant Lu Chong the strength to defeat a Profound Connection realm expert within 10 days. Do you think that it is possible? I don't know. Teacher Lil casually gave Lisa a few pointers and we all achieved breakthroughs. His eye of discernment is formidable, I think it is possible. At Profound Connection Realm, one's strength exceeds Ding, granting them the might to easily split open a tree. Lu Chong is currently only at Cauldron Strength Realm primary stage, and the difference is too much. How can it be possible? It would already be incredible if Lu Chong could reach Cauldron Strength Realm intermediate stage within 10 days. To advance 2 whole realms and match a Profound Connection Realm expert. Cauldron Strength Realm. Pinnacle? To advance from Cauldron Strength Realm primary stage to Pinnacle in just 1 hour. How long had it been since he entered the room with Teacher Liup? Compared to him, our cultivation speed is no different from a snail's. It took us several months before we could see a slight progress, yet Teacher Lil simply brought Lu Chong in for just a while and he had already broken through 2 SMALLR realms. This is too incredible. Senior, I think it is best that you admit your mistake. It is impossible to find such a good teacher anywhere else. Senior. IJO teacher, I am in the wrong. Please forgive me. I will do whatever you ask of me in the future. I won't disobey you ever again. Even if that gentlest master teacher Zhang Xuan were to come over, I will disregard him as though he is just mere air. Joe, the only reason why I threatened her with expulsion was to warn her so that she will listen obediently in the future. Due to her consumption of pills into her body, blocking her meridians tightly like shackles. I needed her absolute trust to clear away the impurities in her meridians. LOL thus, intentionally gave her the cold shoulder so that she could think it through and cherish this opportunity. If she is willing to grasp this opportunity, don't mind saving her. Even if she doesn't. It's not a huge loss for me. Istkis, your cultivation method has the effect of swiftly propelling the medicinal energy through your body, allowing take effect swiftly. However, it also releases the pill poison to be absorbed into your body swiftly as well, thus releasing your condition to become so severe. Over the years, the pill poison accumulated, making me bayonet to expel it. Stkis, I helped you modify the techniques you practiced before. As you cultivate it, the pill poison that is sunk into your body should be expelled in less than 10 days and you will experience a rise in your cultivation as well. Thank you, teacher. Alright, well, end the lesson here. Go cultivate according to what you have been taught. Teacher Lily is simply too formidable. After his guidance, I realized that my cultivation method was entirely wrong. If I were to cultivate AC according to his instructions, I will surely be able to reach Cauldron Strength Realm in less than 3 months. It's the same for me as well. After cultivating according to the relaxed sir, my strength is also progressing swiftly. I didn't expect that a problem I didn't think much of would weigh me down so much. This is what a truly incredible teacher is like. Did you notice that we actually know about the things he had pointed out, but we have never thought of putting them either? I thought that the academy would send another mediocre be this formidable. Istkis, to be able to raise our cultivation with just a few casual pointers, even master teachers might not possess such capability. Indeed. Eve had the honor of meeting with several master teachers. And I even once obtained Pavilion Master Zhang's Tlightlage Jade token and listened to 2 hours of his lecture. His lecture was Teacher Lil's precise guidance. ISSL, no, even Pavilion Master Zhang's lesson is lacking compared to his? Does this mean that our Teacher Lil's teaching ability is already above that of a Star Master teacher? Not only Pavilion, the Sten US Nestor teacher Zhang's Lion also pales in comparison to him. Joey only managed to release a huge uproar in the Master Teacher exam due to his talent. The cultivation of his students aren't anything much. Based on what Eve heard, they are all at Cauldron Strength Realm, and even the strongest of them was only at Acupoint Opening Realm. If he was really as proficient in teaching as Teacher Lil, how could his students be so weak? Wait. Did you just say that Master Teacher Zhang's Lion is mediocre in teaching and his students are weak? Who are you? And have I said anything wrong? There is nothing to be said about Master Ordinary. Just by looking at their cultivation, one can tell that his teaching abilities are subpar. STU. Since you waste let's words. Do you dare to duel with me, P? Ist kiss no duel with you? I only casually said that Master Teacher Zhang's Lion's lessons couldn't compat up to tfatched wins yet. Let's fight then. Do you think that I will be scared of you? Whoever. Senior. Lodio Musi apologized to the other party. Alright. Chaoya, Master Lil told us not to cause any trouble. Wang Ying, they have already insulted our teacher, are we going to tolerate it? Indeed, we can't tolerate it. They have insulted our teacher in US. So what if this is Tianu? If she was a man, I would have directly crushed her into a meat pie. Alright. What's wrong? It seems like little Demonis Moose leaking is sparring with someone. Sparring with someone? Who would be so daring as to fight with her? Zhao Wuxing? Or is it Lil Changyan? I haven't them the opponent before either. It is an extremely beautiful lady, so beautiful that I couldn't believe my eyes. The battle between two realities? I have to take a look then. She's indeed beautiful. Why haven't I met her before? She must be new. Otherwise, given her reality, it is impossible for me to not have heard of her. Kiss when you lose, don't blame yourself. I am afraid you will lose and regret it. Ingdolo. Stop talking nonsense. Let's begin. Alpha she's not very good, her strength is not low. I need to be careful. Cold ice palm. Bailai City's cold ice palm? Is she a student of Master Zhang? If she's really a student of Master Zhang, why's her battle techniques so weak? I am Mui's leaking who had caused innumerable storms in Tianwal Academy, nicknamed as the Little Demonis. Se too experienced in Counteous, this isn't good. Angalo, it has only been 2 months since I advanced from Forging Breath Realm to Acupoint Opening Realm. The power is increasing too fast. I am afraid it won't be easy to block this one. Falling Star CNGT. Vulnerable. Dare to challenge me with this little strength. Falling Water Palm. Break. Kiss. Tris.jo. I owe this strength. Thus not only the strength but also the speed has increased. Ngalo, if this continues to drag on, given how condensed her Jinshi is, I will surely lose. I have no choice but to use that technique. ISTL flower /IJO. Striss. It's Alchemist Muse, Fallen Flower Fist. To think that Alchemist MLI would pass this technique and that she would have already mastered the first move. Heidier Phantom Battle Technique? The other lady is in trouble. I have to all out. Ist Kislo Zhou. Don't panic. Even though Jaya is lacking in practical battle experience, it isn't that easy for the other party to triumph over her. Ist Kismanka. Ino Senior. Zhao. Ist Kis Senior, are you okay? Seems like I have underestimated you. It is a draw today, but do you dare to fight against me 3 days from now? So be it. If you lose at that time, you have to apologize. Zhao Ya. Ist Kis Mang apologize? It can't be that. You all are Master Zhang's students? That's right. He is our teacher. Your action of insulting him is equivalent to insulting all of us. So that's how it is. Striss, I am also filled with respect for Master Zhang, just that. I am being objective here. In terms of teaching, I can guarantee that our teacher Lil is definitely superior to your Master Zhang. Who is this teacher Lilip Eve? Never heard of him. Maybe it's their teacher? Our teacher Zhang is definitely the best in teaching. No one is able to match up to him. Since none of us is willing to concede, then let our fists do the talking. Let's meet again 3 days from now. Has to admit that their teacher is inferior to the other party's teacher. SISSO, let's fight. I am not afraid of you. Don't go back on your words later. Fine, it's a deal then. Let's go Mang Tao. Are you? I am fine. These few people are Master Zhang's students? This is a huge affair. Eve heard of Master Zhang. He's the Geneless who broke all of Generalissimo Honi's records, becoming the #1 Geneless. No wonder that lady was so incredible. She is his student. Istkis right, isn't ML's Leaking's teacher his teacher by fan? Who is teacher Lilip? You still don't know about ITP. This teacher Lil was just recruited today. He fixed a student's aversion to sliding with a single word and fixed a student's violent tendencies with a beating. You must be joking. There's actually such a person in the world? You all know ML's Leaking's personality as well. If it's not true, how could she be willing to fight for this teacher after only a short contact with him? Now that you speak of it, I suddenly thought of something. When I met the students in their class this morning, be that hinter. How in the world was all of their cultivation raised in just a few hours? ISS.io to raise Lu Chang's cultivation in the shortest time possible. I have to purchase sufficient medicinal herbs to concoct the poison. It is impossible for me to obtain these herbs just by waiting in the academy. There are only 2 sources where one can obtain medicinal herbs, the Herb Kings and the Physician Guild. But... cool. What's wrong? Did I catch a cold? It seems Tianwol Kingdom doesn't have any medicine king. I better head to the Physician Guild. May I know what this gentleman hopes to inquire? I wish to buy some medicinal herbs. Buy some herbs? Then, can you show me your prescription? Prescription. Nah Joe, you can only buy medicinal herbs with a prescription. Where can I obtain a prescription? Physicians and apprentices have the right to issue a prescription. However, apprentices can only issue prescriptions consisting of low-tier medicinal herbs. If you wish to purchase high-tier medicinal herbs, you will have to look for a physician. The heck? You need a prescription to buy medicinal herbs. Oh, the medicinal herbs I want to buy can't be considered as high-tier, but they are still quite rare. I will recite them for you, so can you tell me whether I should look for an apprentice or a physician to issue a prescription? Alright, ahead. I will help you. Istkis, I want to buy white angelica flower, crimson-edged leaf, wolf venom grass. What? Guards, someone is causing trouble. Monsieur Roll, what's wrong? Who is causing trouble? That man is causing trouble. Cough. I am a teacher of Tianwol Academy. I am really here to buy medicinal herbs. Oh, so it's Teacher Lil. Pardon our disrespect. What is going on? Despite not, he said that he charted to buy prohibited medicinal herbs like white angelica flower, crimson-edged leaf, and wolf venom grass. If this isn't causing trouble, what else is? Istkis buying prohibited medicinal herbs? Teacher Lil, medicinal herbs like the wolf venom grass possess lethal poison and thus, the guild deems them as prohibited herbs. Even with a prescription, we aren't allowed to sell them to you. Unless physician vouches for you personally, otherwise it will be impossible to purchase those herbs. I am liable to purchase those herbs even with a prescription? Is it again? Istris, yes. These prohibited medicinal herbs possess lethal poison, and in order to prevent people from rules on their distribution. I seek your understanding on this matter. I understand. Since Teacher Lil understands this matter, I have to ask YOL to leave and not make things difficult for us. Sigh, to think that even purchasing medicinal herbs would be such a hassle. Seems like I have to try taking the physician exam then. Purchasing medicinal herbs would be such a hassle? Taking the physician? Tris physician is one of the higher-ranked occupations of the Lipper 9 paths. As such, the difficulty of the exam is extraordinary. Not even being an apprentice, you didn't even know that a prescription was required to purchase medicinal herbs, yet you are going to take the physician exam just to purchase medicinal herbs? Teacher Lil, the physician exam isn't as easy as you think. Yes, I understand. How can becoming a member of an occupation of the Lipper 9 paths be easy? As you understand. So, may I know where the physician exam is held? It's at the physician hall over there. Alright, thank you. May I trouble you to prepare the medicinal herbs that I just spoke of? I will come and claim them after I am done with the physician exam. Wait. Something doesn't seem right. That's right. Shouldn't he be leaving after knowing the difficulty? Why did he go to the physician exam hall? No, by the way, may I ask? What procedures are there to the physician exam? Also, what books do I have to read? Similar to the exam of other occupations, the physician exam tests one's theoretical knowledge and practical skills. After you enter the physician hall, there will be some specialized personnel to bring you around. Thank you. No, you're welcome. That's not right. Come back. Ugh. Forget it, he will know when he fails the exam anyway. Alright, Monsieur Roll, we will continue our patrol. Joe, see you later. What's going on? Eve got no idea, but it sounds like it came from the physician hall. Physician hall? This fellow. It can't be that he barged into the Wall of Dilemma. Wall of Dilemma? What's that? Istkis, the Wall of Dilemma is a place where the incurable illnesses are recorded. Illnesses no one in the physician guild has been able to cure for the past century. Istkis, the illnesses that has been incurable for the past century? Yes. Even our physician guild's most genial star physician. Not just him, the physicians in our guild for the past few generations had been liable to do so as well. That's why it is called the Wall of Dilemma. If that's the case, why do you look so worried? Since it's a place where difficult illnesses are recorded, it shouldn't be a problem for him to enter, right? You all don't know what that place represents. The Wall of Dilemma is a place where only the guild leader of each generation is qualified to enter. Angelio, entering such a place means to challenge the incumbent guild leader for his position. Challenging the guild leader for his position? Then why aren't you hurrying up? Go and stop him. Beckalize once that PLCE opened. No one else can go inside. But since the illnesses listed on the Wall of Dilemma are problems that no one in the guild is able to solve, even if he were to answer them wrong, no one should know of it, right? If only